Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back to another live show on TXT Track Time. How is everyone doing? Tonight, I have, I hope, a fun show planned. I hope it's going to be a fun show as per usual. Y'all know things get wild sometimes over here, but it is what it is. I do have a lot that I want to talk about. I want to talk about the world relays. I want to talk about J3As and their non progressiveness, it seems. And also, I want to talk about Warren Ware. Is it Warren Ware? No, I want to talk about Bryan Levell. I want to talk about Warren Ware as well. So there are a few things that I want to discuss coming up. But yeah, but y'all know how it goes before we get into anything too tough. The first thing I want to do is say hello, good night. Who is here with me? I see Ali by nature. Hi, Ali. What's up? Welcome. Hey, Kimisha. What's up? Hey, Ashane. Thank you so very much, Ashane. I appreciate it. So yeah, um, doing my hair sometimes is a struggle, guys. I can tell you, I'm all over the place with it. I like when it's put away. So like this, it's put away, and I don't have to worry about it for about like a month or so, and I'm happy. But when it's out, it drives me crazy. So as you can see, a few days ago, I think I had it all blown out, and child, I was losing my mind, right? But yeah. Hey Jeff, what's up? Look at mother is mothering. Yeah. Wow, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm glad y'all like the style they do. It's something a bit different than what I typically do. So yeah. Um, so I see 47 people here. The first thing I want y'all to do clearly is hit the like button. That's the first thing. Like up the video. That's how more people are gonna know about the content and join in. Tea time tonight. I guess I'm gonna be dropping some tea. I guess it may burn. I know that much. If you all see me looking over there, so what I did is I set up a monitor now, so I have my camera and so my camera that way, but my monitor is that way, and that's where I'm looking at the comments. So yeah, so that's where I'm currently focusing on, but I have my other setup in front of me where I'll be able to quickly get information and still know what's happening on the other screen. So that's pretty much what I want. Things are coming together slowly. I have to say it isn't the ideal setup. Like I see a lot of people and I envy. Yeah, envy is a thing. I envy their setups, and I'm like, I would love to get to that point someday where I have so many different monitors just doing what I need to do and not have to be worrying about, oh my gosh, going back and forth kind of thing. So but it's one step at a time, at a time, and slowly but surely we'll get there. By summer though, I have so many things planned as relates to what I really want to unleash on do as relates to getting into the Olympic Games. As y'all know, um I can do a lot of things. So when it comes to creating, I'll definitely be stepping it up a notch. But yeah, I need my devices to be doing what I need them to be doing, so it works and it comes alive. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited though for the future. That's for sure. Hey Keisha, what's up? Thank you. Um, hey O'Shane. Did I say? Oh, I said hey O'Shane already. All right, so I'm confused. I'm used to looking over there, and I should be looking over here. Okay, so all right. So what's the first thing that we want to talk about? Let me just read a couple of these comments and then get into the first thing that I want to discuss. Hey Jeff. Team, it just tag you over. Huh? I don't understand. Noah. I don't get it. What? Explain, Jeff. I'm lost. I'm sorry. Hey, Anita, what's up? Hey, John Doe. Can you explain to me why Oblique Civil really runs overseas and participates in the Diamond League? I don't know why he doesn't participate in the Diamond League because, as far as I'm concerned, based on his placing, in the last few World Championships, that should, guarantee him a lane. He's been fourth twice. But I know why he doesn't compete as much overseas. There's an injury concern. Um, but there are a lot of people, including myself, that are of the view that because he does not run on the circuit, and meaning the diamond leagues, where you see, the big guns. That's where they are, playing around most of the time, right? He's not getting that well needed experience. Now, not everybody needs that experience, but what we have seen over the years is that maybe Oblique is one of those people that need the experience, need to get his foot wet over and over again, consistently. It doesn't matter, you don't have to win, but tug it out with these guys so that when you get to the World Championships or Olympic Games, you're comfortable with the scenario. Yes, you're still going to be nervous because it's the biggest stage and everybody wants to win and everybody's going to be nervous, but at least you've been there, done that kind of thing, where you're used to these guys. So it's just for me to go out there now and execute my best race and hopefully walk away with a W, right? So yeah. Is it my TV or phone? T is low this evening. No, I turned my mic down. Sometimes I come across really loud and then I'm like, why am I so loud? I turned it up a little bit better. I turned it up. Tell me if this is better. If this is better, then I'll stay here. If not, then I'll turn it up a little bit more. But sometimes I sound really, really loud, and I'm loud. I'm a loud person, and I don't want to sound too loud. Let's see. Yeah, I figure find out from my boss. Okay. Hey, Charlene, what's up? Thank you. You will get the love bit by bit. Since 2021, you have blossomed and bloomed. I love, and you're true to cause at TXT track time. Yeah, that's for sure. I have turned it up a bit more. Okay. All right, I'm going to put it on 3. So it was on 2. It's on 3 now. I pray I don't need to go any louder because, you see, when I'm playing back myself, I sound like a rabid animal, and I don't want to sound wild. So, guys, don't be out here making me sound like a clown, okay? If I'm too loud, tell me I'm too loud. And that's the thing. Sometimes y'all are not even telling me that I'm too loud. It's on the playback, I'm listening, and I'm like, why do I sound like a crazy person? Y'all not even telling me I sound crazy. But anyway. Let's see what else is here. Hey, Joel, what's up? It's okay now, all right? Keep up the good work. Thank you, Louise. I appreciate it, and good night. Yeah, I realized that Ali by Nature after I read it. Because I'm still so used to reading Come Down. That's pretty much what I was doing, and then I realized after the fact. But let's jump into some of the things that I want to discuss today. Jeff, you're cracking me up, Jeff. Some of the things I want to discuss today. All right, J3 is on what I would like to consider them being non-progressive. Social media is a thing. I do understand that there's some people that do not want to be a part of social media, and don't want to utilize it as part of their branding, right? To their own detriment, I have to say, because when I look at it from my perspective, I'll give you a funny story. I remember when Instagram started. I remember when Facebook started. I was forced to join Facebook by a couple of friends when I was leaving, school, and they said to me, "How are we gonna keep in touch if you don't join, Facebook?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine, whatever." And I joined Facebook. To this day, I don't really use my Facebook for anything else than checking, on sports, stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. But I remember vividly when Instagram came out, and I said to myself, okay, let's check out what Instagram is. And I went on, and they said, okay, who do you want to follow? And they're giving me suggestions, and they're saying, oh, Rihanna. Well, clearly, because, I'm a Rihanna person, Nicki person kind of thing. So they're showing me the people, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm choosing. So I think I'm going to get to the point where they're going to ask me who is going to follow me. But they don't ask me that, right? But you had an option, I think, of transferring your friends from Facebook. So I have a whole bunch of friends on Facebook, from school days, whether it's high school or after that, right? That I could have transferred, I guess, over to Instagram at the time. But I just remember locking it off at that moment when I realized that nobody was going to be following me new at that moment. So it's like, then who's going to do this? Is it only for people to follow stars, I guess? So I locked it off. But in today's day, where now I'm on social media, now I'm active in this space, because I was never that type of person, as I'm saying, I rule that, because I'm looking back and I'm saying, if I had built up my platform from then, I could be utilizing it now. So now I'm starting from scratch, and it's the hardest thing to do on Instagram or anywhere, is to build a following. And that's a genuine following. You can pay for it, sure, But to build a genuine following, it's one of the hardest things on social media in today's day. Unless you're doing, some of the, how sexualized social media is sometimes. So maybe if I go topless one day, I'll go viral. Who knows? But that's never gonna happen. But I'm just saying. I think when it comes to Jamaica and how we approach some things, we have that same mindset in terms of, just wanting to, stick to the same old and not necessarily try anything new. And for an individual person, that may be fine, but for a body, I don't think that's okay. You have to be able to transition. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. You have to get with it and ride whatever wave is happening at each moment. So right now, social media is the thing. And I remember last week somebody said to me, "Why is the video that the J3 has put out for the invite? So it looks like a grade six person made it," and I was like, "It is what it is." So I was laughing because I was thinking about the fact that I'm an editor myself, and I think about how simple that was, and I'm thinking this is a huge body, that's representing Brand Jamaica, and Brand Jamaica is such a big brand, and I'm like, why is it looking this way, right? But I was scrolling on social media and I saw Warren Ware, because Warren Ware does the same thing, graphics design, all of these things he does, right? And I saw him, petition J3s to say, "Hey, that looks basic. That is looking like sixth world country." That's exactly what he said. "That's looking like sixth world country. Let's stop that. Hire me. Let's get this thing rolling." And he started to throw out some ideas. He was talking about, let's have a special booth for when the athletes win races. Let's just do some little special things so that, this can also help to build each athlete's personal brand as well, because, you do have some people that are kind of shy that maybe not know how to really navigate social media that much. But yeah, you can help them along. And it was just weird that, it seems that they didn't respond, right? So let me just share what Warren Ware was saying, because it's very important. And again, for the life of me, I don't know why the J3s, are so non-progressive in every single way. So me over here grumbling about the relays, right, and talking about how they don't want to, lead. Set up a relay camp and lead from the front, where something as basic as getting somebody, to build Brand Jamaica, or just look at Brand Jamaica and see vividly what it's supposed to look like. You don't even want to do that, child, then you're not going to do nothing then. You're not going to want to do nothing then, as far as I'm concerned. Let me share my screen so that I can get onto Warren Ware's page a bit. And this is his Twitter. Share. Okay, child, I have too much things open, so right now I don't even know where I'm at. Is this it? No, that's not it. Hold on there. I'm going over to... It's not showing me the window that I need to see, and I don't know why. Is it because I'm now... Oh, no, it's on it, actually. It just looks so small and tiny that I couldn't even see it. But anyway, whatever. All right, so now we're on Warren Ware's page. So I hope that y'all can see. So he was showing them a template from the 11th, I would say. Did it start at the 11th? Is this when he started all this shindig? Let's see. Let's go down a bit. Let us see. Okay, no, these are more... Wait, why is this so all over the place? Shouldn't this be like a date? Yeah, this seems all over the page and I don't know why. But anyway, so he showed them on April 11th a quick mock-up, our template of something that he could do in terms of, advertising. A flyer, I guess, or a poster. This is what he came up with. And let me close out this. This is what the J3s was using. This is the official launch for a track at a silver world, what do they call it? Silver ranked meet. This is the official launch. Like, what is this? No, like, really and truly, what is this? So anyway, let's continue. I guess maybe it's the person, because Warren Ware can come off as maybe not likable to some people, I guess. So maybe it's because it's him why they're not interested. I could probably say that, but still, then he's showing them that, hey, this is something I created for the at Track and Field Network. I can do this for you. Let's build a team and and I guess this is supposed to be over. Maybe I'm not sure, but anyway, we the fans are tired of the mediocre stuff you're giving us, right? So it needs to be given, and that's part of the reason why Jamaica is not getting the brand deals, or the athletes are not getting the brand deals that they could be possibly getting, because the presentation, how we are presenting our athletes, or selling our athletes, in already, it's definitely not ready. And if you have somebody that is going to be saying, hey, I'm good at this, I was also a former athlete. Let's see what we can do to make this better. And you're clear and you're not interested. For the life of me, I don't know. So he eventually gives up. This is April the 15th. He's like, look here, F it. We stuck with the J3's F-free content. I'm out. Right? That's pretty much what he had to say. Let me see if there's anything else he said addressing it. Big up to all those who emailed him on building the social media brand, but a fool is always the last to learn. That's something he said. So, yeah, I think that is it. So, guys, J3S just seems to be non-progressive all around. You know, I don't know how. Thank God, that our athletes are so talented, because if our athletes weren't talented enough to launch Jamaica out there globally, then as far as I'm concerned, child, nobody would know about Jamaica. Nobody would know anything about Jamaica when it comes to track and field. I can tell you that much, right? And it's frustrating to see stuff like this, and know that there are people out there that are willing, to take it to another level, and nobody wants to do it, or they don't want to do it for whatever reason. I don't know. But come on, Jamaica going to Baka Bush. Baka Bush is the right term here. Baka Bush terminology. Baka Bush. It's too Baka Bush mentality at this point. Love how you're always giving constructive criticism about the relays. Hope the message gets to the powers that be, because clearly they are blind. Well, blind I lead blind, so they not gonna see it. So they're probably deaf too at this particular point. At this point, Lakeisha, I don't know what to say or do about this J3s. They're literally stifling progress as it relates to Jamaica and athletics. Literally, they're doing nothing. They are doing nothing. I don't know the legal constraints that they may have, because I know that you can't use somebody's image or likeness just like that, right? So I don't know if there's some legal constraints as it relates to using an athlete's likeness. But this is the governing body, so I'm not sure what kind of legal constraints there could be in place, if any, right? But maybe that's a thing as well. But that doesn't, stop you from stepping things up still. You know what I mean? So I don't know. T, do you know if Alana Reid was offered a scholarship to one of the American colleges? If so, should she have gone to college instead of turning pro so early? She was offered multiple, actually. However, I guess the sponsorship deal was, eye candy, and they ran with it. For now, I can't say which one was better. For me, I'm always saying, guys, go after the bag. I'll always say that, they can add, school into your contract. I've seen that before. Right, so it doesn't stop you from, continuing your education. But what I've come to notice recently is that somehow it seems as though the athletes that mainly stay or go the collegiate route seem to fare better on the professional stage, especially from a Jamaican perspective. Let's put it that way. So at this point, it may be too early to tell. I'm always going to be the one to say, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. But there's also a flip side to it where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, maybe getting the bag, no, hurts, what could come in the future. So, I don't know. It's too early to tell, though. She's still just a year in, so let's see. Yes, she drive from group to YouTube. I'm lost. We need you on Twitter. Yeah, I'm just so bad with social media, guys. I'm trying. I had somebody working on my Insta. I don't know if some of y'all noticed that I haven't been doing anything on Instagram recently. I had someone working on Instagram and they just up and quit. And based on my understanding, nobody wants to work anymore because I was told that it was too much work. And I was just saying to myself, what? To make Instagram posts? I don't know about these nowadays people. They want a bag of money and they don't want to work. So it is what it is. I just said, okay, child, see ya. When I find somebody that will be able to, when I find somebody that will be able to, handle the job without, complaints, right? Then I'll keep going at it. But yeah, I want to be on Twitter too. I just don't know how to break it out of my not loving, social media self. Oh my Lord, it's a struggle. I have to say, it is a struggle. Hey Julius. T is giving 90s black girl natural hair, Lauren Hill vibes. Yeah. Brian Gibson, Chai Track Universe, what's up? She was given a huge pro contract so she can pay for college out of that on her own pocket. Yeah. And they're paying Warren Wear dust. Shake my head. Yep. Paying him absolute dust. No level of promotion. Stadium will be empty again. I tell you, it's the most ridiculous thing. I'm gonna have to check my message in a bit because I did get a message and I want to see what that's about. But let me just keep reading a little bit. I wish me to keep a Bahamas. That's World Relays. Hey Alex, what's up? Hey Kadian. Can you fire the J3s? Look here, they're rotting from the head down as far as I'm concerned. Even just something as simple as answering questions as it relates to the recent Adidas deal that they proposed. All they could say is we're in contract. No, we understand that you're in contract, so you can't say certain things. But it was left up to the minister to say anything that benefits Jamaica, we're going to do. That's all he could have said, He could have said anything that benefits Jamaica, we're going to do, right? We're in contract. And then he what I didn't appreciate as well, he said something along the lines of, as far as he's concerned, this is not something that he knows about or something that he should be able to discuss at his level. I'm like, is this the J3s? Then who this? So if the J3s don't know about the contract what J3s are signed, then who know about it? I'm like, what is happening here? I couldn't understand what he was saying. I don't like how disingenuous Jamaicans can be sometimes. And I don't know why everything is so secret. There's way too much secrecy when it comes to Jamaica and every single thing. And that is why there's so much corruption. Me tired of them in a real life. Is that tired? It's annoying that they didn't reach out. J3 is useless at this particular point. I'm wondering what is up with them. Hey Claude, what's up? Hey Veronica, thank you. Yeah, I think it was April 11th. The so-called Brand Jamaica built itself. Exactly, St. Clay. Brand Jamaica built itself. And they do not realize that they're sitting on a gold mine and, to take this and launch into something else and bigger and better things. But they're not doing anything. Nothing at all. I was thinking maybe she should have gone with Brianna Liston, the Brianna Liston route. Everybody is different, Brian. So time will tell. Time will tell. So let's leave it that way because there's no way to really say for sure if it's gonna work or not. You know what I mean? You're joking. My 5th grade nephews could do better than yeah. Because the first thing my niece would have tell me is that they're ready. Oh my Lord, because you know how these children nowadays are. Child, when they open their mouth, you want to say, "Excuse me, are you talking to me?" Who made this website? Which website? Are you going to connect with him, T? Oh my Lord, I'm getting something right now, guys. I mean, I'm sure so nice. I'm happy pause. Guys, can you please give me 1 second? Don't leave. Please, I have to get my dinner. I was busy doing my hair and I didn't get to cook. And yeah, so yeah, I'm hungry. I need to get my food. So please, 1 second, don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. Woo. I'm sorry about that, guys. Thank you so very much for sticking around. Okay. What is this? A big dirty sigh. I love my Jamaicans. Big dirty sigh. Oh, you can't make this up. Um, are you gonna connect with him, T? Connect with who? Um, they look like they made this in a PowerPoint, 1992 edition. You mean Microsoft Word? You're not even in your own PowerPoint. Probably Microsoft Word. Oh my lord. Okay. Our athletes deserve so much more. Yeah, we do. Thank you, Mike. We need young, fresh persons on the boards because what is this? It's embarrassing. Yes, I think it's unfortunate to say, but when you're from a certain generation, you don't appreciate social media like you should. So for me, I'm what? I don't even know what it is at this particular point. But you see these Gen X people or whatever, you need some of these people. Gen Zs and you need some of these people because they understand what social media will be able to do for branding. You know what I mean? You need some of these young people around you, for sure. We have poor sporting bodies in athletics, cricket, and football because be a people well up there that don't want to deal with social media, that don't want to have anything to do with social media. So that's what's happening. Um, Brian. Okay, we're still talking about Alana, I guess. Um, when you run fast, get the bag. No guarantee you can run again. Get it while. Yeah, that is pretty much my thought process sometimes when I look at it. But again, six and one, half a dozen of the other. Um, Maybe on the female side, definitely not the male side, except for the jumpers. The ones that stayed home still have done way better. Who are we talking about exactly? Because those men, I think that you're making reference to went to college or university. So even though they did well, they did do go to university out here. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be out over there, but yes, most of them. The only one that I know started out with a professional contract would be Usain Bolt. Most of them did college, did university, so I'm not sure. And if we're talking about the nowadays ones, they haven't really gotten anything for themselves to even talk, to even say anything in this conversation. So, again, T regarding college versus pro, the pro route, I think the college athletes benefit from building a much bigger network. All those college athletes know each other's coaches, trainers, etc. I agree as well. It's great for networking. But once the athletes are representing Jamaica, J3A should be able to use their image. We have enough super athletes to make. I don't know, and that's what I'm saying, because I think I remember something a couple years ago, as it relates to using the athlete's image. I'm assuming that J3A should have the right since they're our governing body, but that's just an assumption, so I don't know. But there's still so much you can do even if you don't have the rights, right? So, give you an example. I'm a YouTube content creator. I don't, have, the rights to quote unquote Shelly's likeness or whatever when I'm making my content. But because I'm speaking on Shelly, clearly, I can draw for snippets here, and that's legal. That's fair use, right? So I'm not sure. I understand, how they will not be able to use it, but you never know sometimes. But once the athletes are, I think I said, wait, what? I read this? But once the athletes are representing Jamaica, should be able to use, I read this. Okay. Exactly. Them sick tomok. J3s are stupid. Team, me can't bother with Garth Gale and J3s. See your heel look good. Thank you, Nick. It's an Olympic year and not even a simple thing as keeping the people updated with the plans. Exactly, no vision. And what USATF has done really well over the years, and maybe you see it with Nike athletes more than you see with any other sponsored athlete, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? They're the ones that sponsor Team USA, so they're gonna be using athletes they sponsor when they're doing their little commercials, right? But what I noticed is that when they're doing anything not when they're doing, sorry, they have a lot of little snippets that they drop from time to time, leading into games. And I'm not just talking about 2024, like in previous years you see them drop little snippets here and there. I'm like, drop some snippet of Jamaican athlete them, drop some snippet from yesteryear, Shelly, Inley and Sharika. Just drop some little 5-second snippet here or there, and get somebody to edit the hell out of it and make it look so great. Add some sound effects, just do some wild stuff with it, and show us and get us excited and pumped for what is to come. You know what I mean? They do nothing. It's an Olympic year. Oh, I think I said this. Wait, it's an Olympic year. Child, I think I'm probably getting too old. I'm getting senile at this point. I keep forgetting what I've read. Yeah, guys, please hit the like button. Hopefully her team has the best okay, back to Oil, do not leave. Do not leave the live. Be patient. No patience. None of the ladies have registered for neither Jamaica Invitational Meet nor Racers Grand Prix. I realized, how can your country be hosting 2 international meets? I said this. I said it's our product and we should support our product, but child, I don't know if the money in the right, I don't know what, but as far as I'm concerned, it's our product and we should be definitely, supporting it and to help it grow, so I don't know what to say at this particular point, because right now we're depending on international athletes to bolster our meet. That shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be depending on international athletes to bolster our meet and to make our meet palatable for people to want to see. That doesn't make no sense. You know what I mean? That's wild. Anyway, we're not going to progress with these dinosaurs, I guess. They should have a strong social media presence. Look here. I don't know if it's because I'm Jamaican why I feel so strongly about the Jamaican colors on our flag. But for me, Jamaica just sticks out like a sore thumb. Like a nail that you just want to hammer down and you can never hammer it down. You know what I mean? And you already have a running start. and I fail to see why they can't take advantage of that and just continue to build on what is brand Jamaica. Because you see, let me tell you something. To me, it was shocking to see that Adidas contract won, and to hear that, well, clearly Puma was doing nothing remotely close. Well, I knew Puma wasn't giving the athletes anything when they were winning medals, right? But it's just kind of interesting, and I'm like, why is it that brand Jamaica is not given much more? Because I believe we're worth so much, and clearly because we're still behaving like we're back of water at this particular point. So as it relates to making an investment and getting a return, maybe some of these companies are like, maybe we won't get the return, so they're not really interested in investing that much. I do hear though that once Jamaica Colors is in anything Puma related, that thing gets swapped up immediately off their website. So I don't know. Are they? Well, let me not put that out there. Let me leave that alone. But anyway, it is what it is. Anybody here from Kishane yet? Not at all. No Kishane yet. Where's Coach? Hiding. Hiding. What's the song? Where are you? Hiding something. They need to hire Warren Ware or Sidon Bowen to do some content for them. Again, they're not limited to Warren Ware or Sidon. They just need somebody with vision. You know what I mean? And it's just frustrating to see somebody approach them to offer themselves up for hire, and you just blatantly ignore them while showing us up not even as me say, a Microsoft Word write up. That's weird. J3's members need to resign. Now go resign, because again, it's about money. And go in retirement, out with the old and useless, and in with some new and relevant. Yep. The only thing J3 is know how to do is drop the ball. Them is one load of cumbolo. Okay. Our team is not fully prepared. What do you mean our team is not fully prepared, Alex? So yeah, guys, that was it as it relates to J3s and just being non-progressive. So while I'm over here grumbling about relays, I didn't realize the depth of how non-progressive they are. And it's just sad. It's just sad to see. When I look at all of these other sports, I was watching, there's this new advertisement for World Cup T20 that's coming, and it's just so exciting to watch it. Like every time it comes out, I'm looking at it because it's so interesting. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, why can't every other sport be so exciting when they're delivering content for the world to consume? But when it comes to track and field, if the athletes are not running themselves on the track and dropping the fast times, we get nothing. Without the athletes and them running the fast times, whether it's sprints, long distance, we not get nothing. Like, think about it, guys. What do we get when the athlete them not perform? We not get nothing, What I will say is that I believe last year, World Athletics hired somebody young, and that person knows what they're doing, because they always come up with some, weird, like, interesting things that they post on World Athletics to keep the conversation going. So I like that, right? But more can still be done. More can definitely still be done. So with that said, I'm just trying to understand, without the athletes' performance, track and field is dead and boring. And it's pretty much what's happening now. None of the big people, them now run. So everybody sit down and stare in a space, and I say, and I'm not going to lie, recently I got demotivated when it came to creating content, because it's like I'm looking around and I want to create stuff and I want to talk about stuff, but it's like nobody's interested because the performances aren't coming. So I'm like, without the performances, it's like, track is dead. There's no kind of excitement happening. And I want to be somebody that, can hopefully inject some excitement in track and field, with my delivery of my content. But, sometimes it's rough in these streets. It's definitely rough. And I'm like, oh my Lord. No. Honestly, since Usain Bolt has retired, they haven't used him enough in a promotional sense to help with brand Jamaica and track and field. Again, I'm trying to understand if there's some legality behind it, because it just simply makes no sense. Team, I remember, what? Child, I can't even set my mouth to see this part. What? Me reminder come 2025, you and Coach channel gonna get more subscribers and views and people when doing live watch along for Diamond Leagues and Championships cause most don't wanna pay for flow track. Look here. You see, when 2025 come, you know what's interesting to me is I'm just wondering how fair use is going to work. Because with fair use, you can use snippets. So if you see from time to time, you'll see, snippets of races in my, and I'm not talking about just a full race, because you can get away with using the full race depending on, what the rights are, for that particular meet. But when we're talking about something like Diamond League, then you're not going to post the full race and get away with that for sure, right? So, but you can get away with using, a few seconds. So my thing is, with flow track, is flow track gonna strike me if I use a snippet of Diamond? So Diamond League is gonna post piece of the race or the race on YouTube, right? So if I use, a snippet of that race, is flow track gonna strike me? Because here's the thing, Flow Sports back in 2023, I guess maybe or two. Child, I was just getting struck left, right, and center, but I want to say 2022 maybe. Flow track gave me a strike because of Diamond League. I remember vividly the race, and I didn't show the race. It had nothing to do with the race, but it was about the fact that Elaine Thompson here false started, and I showed the false start. But now the false start is longer than clearly, the few seconds that I made mention of. But because it had nothing to do with the race, I was like, all right, cool. Let's show, the 5 seconds. Not the 5 seconds, sorry. Let's show, the whole false start, scheme of things. But they gave me a whole strike for it. So I'm like, okay. I'm trying to understand, is it because I cropped out the Diamond League portion out of it? Because I didn't get the feed from Flow. It wasn't Flow. I never watched Flow. I always watch it from Diamond League directly. So I'm just trying to figure out if one, when they come on board next year, if they're just going to be striking people left, right, and center, even if, the Diamond League themselves won't strike you. Because Diamond League not going to strike if it did like a few seconds in it. They're not going to strike you as long as they don't put up the full race. So I'm kind of confused right now as it relates to what to do going forward. I'm not going to lie. Because if I want to talk about a certain section of the race and I say, okay, look right there, and I show 2 seconds, that's supposed to be okay with fair use. But based on how flow track move, I mean, most of them love strike people. I'm just wondering if they're going to be striking people. And that's the thing that is confusing to me, because come next year, I don't know how this is going to go, because Diamond League is one of the biggest things that people talk about. And it's wild that no, this is where we are. You know what I mean? I don't want to be putting no snippet on YouTube and I get up one day and I hear that my channel is going to be terminated in 30 days. Child, I don't know what I would do. Woo. Let's see. I'm missing some of these comments. Where was okay. And that's where it was. Hey Bruno, what's up? Flow track is plus they're charging a whole $30. Wild. A month. From what was, I believe, Peacock, it was $5, I think, on Peacock. So, I don't know. Here's the sad truth. Athletics is not well respected, and the general public don't view it as much a tough sport, not like the NBA, rugby, football. I just think when it comes to athletics and just promoting the athletes, like I look at NBA, and from time to time, and I'm talking about, this is the NBA Twitter account, right? And they flood their feed is flooded with little snippets of little sections of, what was going on in a game at whatever moment. If somebody said something to somebody, they snip that and they post it. If whatever little controversial thing, what was happening, and a basket that was scored, that was awesome, they snip that. All of these are the snippets that are happening left, right, and center. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't see that for athletics. They may give you one dry snip here and there, but even just the exciting, factors that are happening before the race goes off, all of these are the things, it's not happening. We're not seeing it. They're not taking advantage of what is happening. So When I look at every other sports timeline, it is literally flooded with information. Minute after minute after minute, you're just getting posts. You're just getting posts regular, frequently, and that's what keeps the conversation going. With track and field, no, you don't get that. You do not get that, and that's the problem. That is a problem. Worse when it comes to Jamaica, child. Track and field can become popular if the bodies, yeah, they definitely can, and IOC would change their marketing strategy. It's just poor. I don't know what happened back in the day, but it's some draconian method that they haven't looked into changing or thought of changing. And the only way now they're trying to see if they can make the sport more lively is to introduce new stupid rules, as far as I'm concerned, that switches things up when it comes to, oh, guess what? In the long jump, we'll no longer have a board. You'll have a takeoff zone. Those type of silly things. That's not going to build the sport. Those things, dumbing down the sport, ain't going to build the sport, in my opinion. So, again, I just think from a marketing perspective, track and field has never been marketed the way any other sport is marketed. Um, yes, flow tracks for every little thing, right? But I'm saying, even when I'm showing, because Diamond League shows their little diamond thing on the side, right? But when you're watching it on any other platform, you see, whether it's Flow Sports, Floor Track, NBC, whatever you're watching it on, you see their logo in the top section of the window. So my thing is, even if I am using clearly visibly the snippet from Diamond League, because it shows you the Diamond League, look at the logo in the side, will I be struck for that? I don't put none past them. That's all I'm saying, because based on what the contract I hear they signed, they have rights to everything, every single thing. So I don't know if that rights includes even what Diamond League posts on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, child, I don't even know at this particular point, and I'm concerned and worried for 2025. Too much praise to the top athletes. They want too much money for early and mid-season meets, especially Richardson, Jackson, Shannon Fraser Price. And I heard that pull out for Richardson from Miramar because it was about money. I heard people saying that, but for the life of me, I can't rock with that. That to me does not make any sense, and it's unfathomable to me that Sha'Carri Richardson would be requesting money from a development meet. Miramar is a development meet. Miramar is not Diamond League. It's a development meet. Just like how out in Jamaica you have the Velocity Fest and whatever, those are development meets, right? And it's pretty much for athletes to come and, see where they are, especially athletes that will not be able to get a lane at the Diamond League. Most athletes will not be able to get a lane for preparation in a no Diamond League. No. Only the big name people will be able to get there. Or if you're a host city, then yeah, you can squeeze in a few of your athletes, even if they're well slow, right? But most athletes will not be able to get a lane, in any of these big meets, right? No, this is why these development meets exist, so that these athletes can get races. So it's wild to me that Miramar, that doesn't even, how much people attend Miramar? 100 people maybe in the stadium? Child, that stadium looks so small, right? The seating capacity, there's no way you'll be able to, pay Sha'Carri and recover any amount of money. Unless you're charging $1,000 or more for a ticket. Maybe that's the only way you'll be able to pay Sha'Carri for an appearance, but I don't understand where she'll be thinking she'll be able to get that money from for such a low level meet. To me, that doesn't make no sense. Even though I hear people saying that's why she pulled out, I don't buy it, because it doesn't make any sense. It's a development meet. People need to remember what was going on during COVID, when people couldn't find meets to attend. It's these development meets that kept these athletes sharp. Right? When people couldn't find meets to attend, it was these development meets. They serve a purpose. It's not for the big name stars to go there and to say, oh, because my name or my name, then you need to pay me. No, because guess what? The other little athletes, when no name or their name, need to go there, and these meets still need to exist. What we want to lock them down? We want to lock down Miramar, so then next year come, or the few years come now, the other athlete, them can't get no lane, no place else. There's no Miramar anymore. No, Chuckies, we can't do this. We can't just be saying get money every and anywhere. We have to understand the meetings, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, Let's hear what some of y'all have to say as it relates to this Shakiri and this whole money thing. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense. I never bought it, and I will never buy it. I would mess with nothing to do. I wouldn't mess with nothing to do with flow track. Exactly, TSC. I'm exclusive. Welcome. I will not. I'm very concerned. I am very very concerned to say the least. Um. Also, if athletes would receive a larger piece of the pie, that would make it more alluring. I do think that athletes need to be paid more for sure, right? The diamond leagues, all of these meets, for sure, they need to be paid more. But what are the ticket prices? Like, what are the overheads like for these particular athletes? That, all right, let me give you an example. Beyonce keeps a tour, and Beyonce makes near a billion off her tour, right? Nicki Minaj keeps a tour. She's also a star, right? And it's nowhere close, right? So there are clearly levels to these things. And my thing is, when it comes to track and field, clearly, I don't know how much these tickets are being sold for, but something has to happen to increase the level of track and field to be, a major sport so that the tickets can sell for a whole heap of money, right? Because you can't even dream of thinking you're going to get a ticket for an NBA Finals. Let's put it that way. The Diamond League is, the last few Diamond Leagues, I would say, can be comparable to maybe an NBA Finals, right? There are 7 games, right? So the last few Diamond Leagues can be compared to that, where this is after the championships, and these are the best of the best that line up. These tickets, people shouldn't be able to can buy them. Are the rich people them supposed to be able to can go and fill out them, the stadium there, and watch track and field? Because at this particular moment, it's the best of the best lining up, right? So we'll go at championships or Olympic Games, go win medal. You understand? So the tickets should definitely be a whole lot more. But again, I don't know. But yeah, I just think track and field is not marketed how it can be. Little to nothing is done as far as I'm concerned. So let's see. Hey Lansley, Flowchak deal with will flop. I can't wait. You have some diehard track people that will pay for it, and that's the problem. You see, the diehard people them are gonna pay for it. So I don't know. Let's see more. While I wonder if the higher ups actually want the sports to grow. I wonder too. Tebogo versus Lindsay in Kenya on the weekend should produce another world lead in the 200 meters. Yes, and it's at altitude as well, so it definitely could. I'm looking forward to that race for sure. One is what? 994 and one is 988. 19, sorry. 94 and 1988. So yeah. There's little to no separation as far as I'm concerned when you talk about the 200 meters and then, conditions when it was run. Tebogo was done, a bit ago, right? So he's clearly going to be much faster than he was then. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. And again, it's at altitude, so we're going to get something good. We're definitely going to get something good. I wouldn't be surprised if we see even a 19.6, actually. Any news on Nathan? No, I haven't been checking out Nathan recently, so no. But I can definitely check it out going forward for sure. Hey people, hey Tunnel Vision. People need to stop putting dirt on Shakiri's name. What do you mean no? I don't understand. They need to try. The money comes from the broadcast TV deals. What broadcast / TV deals was Miramar having? Miramar wasn't even broadcast. Ticket sales alone can't make the money. Are we just talking in general or are we talking about Miramar? When it comes to the Diamond League, okay, sure, I agree. But again, everything has a dollar price. So how much is it, and is it plausible to make the amount of money that we want our athletes to be paid? Because we can agree that we want our athletes to be paid more money. But reality is, how much money are these people even making in the first place? Didn't Diamond League say that the reason why they cut from Flow, no, not from Flow, from Peacock, was because they weren't making any money? Isn't that what they said? So again, we are sitting here assuming that because track and field is so big to us and it's a major sport, then they're supposed to be making the money, but maybe they aren't. Shakiri and her team reserve the right to choose whichever meet they need to do. The Miramar meet had broadcast rights, and that's where they made the money. Which Miramar meet had which broadcast rights? Mortimer, where? Because it could not be on what's her name's YouTube page. Is that the broadcast rights that we're speaking of? Because it was not broadcast anywhere, but on what's her name's YouTube's page. I forget Masai's YouTube page. It wasn't broadcast nowhere. What broadcast rights? Men and women hurdles Saturday need to have a discussion on the big guns. Thank you, Midra. And people, and probably the current, but this West Indies will go again in, what? I don't understand. What is WI? Will go again in women's. Jordan, I don't understand what this is. Masai was the broadcast. I don't know what people are talking about when it comes to broadcast rights and Miramar. Miramar didn't have no broadcast rights, and Miramar doesn't have no money to pay the likes of Shakiri. If Shakiri wants to go there to sharpen herself, then sure, I welcome you, but me don't have no money to pay you. And that's a fact. Miramar don't have no money to pay Shakiri. You're not going to get paid more money until you increase what your sport generates. True. That Shakira money story from Miramar it has to be false. It would make no sense. It would not make any sense. World lead for short T. That's what. Oh, that's WL. Oh, it looks like WI from my Okay, and probably the current world lead will go again in the women's 200 meters. All right, so let's discuss. Let's move on. What were we talking about? I don't remember what we were talking about, but anyway, let's move on to what do you people want to talk about? Next, the meets. I kind of had some topics I wanted to talk about, but anyway, guys, you're throwing me off. You are throwing me off. All right, you know what? Let me save the races for last. Let's talk about the world relays and my opinion that we may see the world relays potentially phased out based on what I'm seeing. And it's a bit sad. So I noticed something. Let me just see if I can share my screen again. So I noticed something when I was looking at the entry list or the athletes entered for the world relays. Why does it feel like the world relays is only going to be the 4x4, the 4x1, and the mixed relay? Was that always what it was? I'm sure there were more things. There was 4x2. I'm sure there were other things. So why is it that there's this limited amount of events for a whole meeting, a whole 2-day meet? A whole 2-day meet is only going to have a 4x4 and a 4x1 and a mixed relay for 2 day? I'm confused. What do we normally have for world relays? What events do we normally have for world relays? Because may I try to understand why it span 2 days in the past? I do know there was a 4x2, right? But what else was there? I'm trying to figure out what else was there because I never just 4x1 or 4 because that I done in a 5 second and the meet done. Not even 1 hour worth of meeting this, you know. Not even 4x1, 4x4 and mixed relay, not even 1 hour worth of meeting. So what did I go over relays for 2 days for now? I don't understand. I don't understand what is happening. So based on what I'm seeing, it looks like, you know, the world relays is probably gonna be out. Probably gonna be out in a few years because they already dropped the 4x2. I don't recall a 4x8, but I'm just trying to figure out why it was for 2 days. You know what I mean? Is it just for the qualification rounds? It just something just doesn't feel right with this, with only a 4x1, only a 4x4, and a mixed relay. Something does not feel right in this buttermilk. So, with that said, I'm taking a look at who is here. We can look at Team USA. So Team USA sends, so Noah Lyles was hoping to go there and break the world record, but in the 4x2, but apparently there's no 4x2. So Noah Lyles goes in the 4x1 with Courtney Lindsay, Kenny Benerick, Carrie King, Kendall Williams, and PJ Austin. I mean, no less Courtney Lindsay, Kenny Benerick. These are some of the fastest people in the world so far. What we've seen. So this is a pretty strong. And I'm not just talking about their overall quality based on personal best. I'm just talking about where they are in the world so far this season. It's gonna be tough for anybody to beat this team. Let's see though. Let us see. Kenny Benerick has always wanted to be a part of the relay, so finally he gets his opportunity to be on a relay team, and it's a 4x1. He's always wanted to be considered for the 4x1. Let's see if he's able to do a good leg and be considered for their team for Paris if he makes the individual team. Let's see how that goes, right? But this is a good team for America. Their 4x4 is always going to be a thing. Bryce Deadman, Champion Allison. I mean, just the first few names alone telling me that the USA is gonna steamroll everybody. But anyway, Christopher Bailey, his name doesn't really ring a bell, but Ja'Cory Patterson certainly does. Wellington Wright, Demarius Smith, and for the mixed relay pool they have Matthew Bowling and Ryan Willie. Right, so look here. America always has 400 people popping out of the woodworks. So yeah, I don't know all of them. I'm hoping that he's not an athlete that was around forever and I just, ignored him. But that Christopher Bailey name is not striking me as a name that I'm used to. Did he recently go pro or something? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the female team. So we have Tamara Clark, Gabby Thomas, Tamari Davis, Melissa Jefferson. Oh, this is good. This is very good. Makia Briscoe and Celera Barnes. This is very good for USA. Okay, so this team is challenging for a win because Gabby has already gone 10-8, though it was, illegal, but it's still 10-8. Tamari is 10-9 right now, and also Melissa Jefferson, two of them 10-94. Tamara Clark always runs well, you know what I mean? So even if she's not, as fast as the girls that I mentioned earlier, she's still, able, in my opinion, to give a good leg. So this is a good team. This is a solid team. I mean, I forgot to double check Jamaica and see Jamaica because I was concerned about Jamaica yesterday, but I'm gonna have to think again. Anyway, they're 4x4 now. Alexis Holmes, we were talking about her last night. Cornelia Hayes, Naisha Robinson, Paris Peoples, Jessica Wright, Kendall Ellis. And then they have for the mixed relay pool, Bailey Lear and Lena Irby Jackson. Pretty solid 4x4. I think if Poland comes out, though, Netherlands, if Netherlands feels their best, I don't see America beating them. And that's just how I'm looking at it right now. That team is a monster team. With Femke Ball, I have to say. Right, so it's going to be interesting to see what type of team the Netherlands feels. But even though I think this is a good team, I don't think it's their strongest team. Let me look at the Jamaican team real quick. Child, where am I? I don't know. I've got a sworn I downloaded these things. I don't know where they're at. Oh, it's down a bush. All right, let me open it back up. So I'm opening up our relay pool so that I can see it now. I'm opening up our relay pool. Let me share again. Okay. So we have Ryan Ford, Nigel Ellis, Bryan Levell, Kadrian Golson, O'Day McPherson, Akeem Blake, Javon Dunkley. Actually, this is a team I'm thinking they're gonna put Noah Lyles on anchor, right? But this is a team that can challenge for gold, in my opinion. Hear me out. I saw Bryan Levell in that race where he ran that 1 6. That was in a positive, as I think, 0.1, right? If he had gotten better wind, say the wind like Noah got, that would have been a 10-0 easy, which means that Bryan Levell, listen to what I'm saying. Bryan Levell would have started his season with a 10-0 personal best. Wild. When we talk about athletes coming out at this particular point, they're still loaded, presumably. So to come with a 10-0 personal best, this is crazy, in my opinion. So this is a solid team. I believe that this Bryan Levell, and I was watching Kadrian Golson from earlier on as well. He's been running well. So Akeem Blake as well. I don't know. Child Miramar, out of my mind. I've thrown away that race because that is not Akeem Blake in my mind. So I'm throwing that out. My assumption is Akeem Blake should be the fastest person here from a Jamaican perspective, right? So with that said, and we can probably throw in a Ryan Ford. He didn't look the strongest, I have to say. He's had a good start in his race, but he faded, right? But again, where these athletes are as it relates to training, it makes sense, right? But still not the strongest. So I would say the team of Akeem, Kadrian, Bryan Levell, and Ryan Ford, if this is the final four, could possibly challenge for a gold medal, because remember, the only star power America has right now on the team is Noah Lyles. And from a Noah Lyles perspective, I mean, he can, give you a good finish, you would say, right? But what about the other people? What about the other legs? You know what I mean? That's the question. What about the other legs? Courtney Lindsay's a strong leg, you would say, maybe, and Kenny Benerick, but is it stronger than our people? For now, Courtney Lindsay, Noah Lyles, Kenny Benerick may be tied in terms of, as a matter of fact, Courtney Lindsay might be the fastest person here. And we saw Courtney Lindsay go up against Akeem Blake and, barely beat him by the thousands, right? So, and I'm assuming that Akeem is our fastest. So let's kind of pair them. Let's go Courtney Lindsay's maybe the fastest right now, right? Based on how they're training, right? I'm not saying based on personal best. I'm saying based on how they're training, right? So Courtney Lindsay could potentially be the fastest, right? Paired with that 1988, we have to give him some credit right there, right? So he could potentially be the fastest right now. So I'm going to pair him with Akeem Blake. Then I'm going to go down the list and I'm going to say the mere fact that I believe Bryan Levell could have given us a 10-0, that's a good thing. So I'm pairing him with the likes of blasphemous, but that's what I'm doing. I paired him with Noah Lyles, right? Okay. Let me pinch myself for a second, T. Stop. No, I'm not stopping. Okay. Then I'm going to go with I'm probably going to put Kadrian above Ryan Ford right now. So I'm going to say Kadrian could probably be paired with Kenny Benerick and Ryan Ford with, who was I taking for their, Kyrie King maybe? I'm not sure. Any one of those three down there could be, used, but I'm assuming maybe Kyrie King would be the person used for their fourth place. And I'm not speaking specific to any legs. I'm just pairing them in terms of times that I've seen so far this season. Jamaica could challenge. Jamaica could challenge, right? So let's see. Let's see. I'm probably living in La La Land with that comparison. But anyway, who did I pair against no last? Bryan Levell. Oh my God, poor Bryan. I crap myself up sometimes. Oh my Lord. Okay, so when you want to win, you figure stuff out. Okay. Then from a female perspective, we have Kemba Nelson, we have Alana Reed, we have Jodine Williams, Ramona Burchell, Natasha Morrison, and Yanni Daly. All right, so I've said already that I've thrown out Miramar. So I'm not considering what Natasha Morrison did in Miramar as Natasha Morrison. Um, Even though she would have placed what sixth overall, I believe her times. She would have been the best placed Jamaican in Miramar, if I'm not mistaken, right? In that women's 100 meters. But Mr. Dashiwe, I'm expecting more from a Natasha Morrison, clearly, right? So with that said, if I go back to the American team, who does America have again? So they have two 10.94s, a 10.88, a 10.8 something, a 10.88, but it was illegal. Ooh, this is gonna be sticky. Could we say that we could pair? No, we can't because they were in the same race and they lost. Um, so no. Okay. The American team looks at unfortunately a tad bit stronger than Jamaica. But let's see. Let us see. I think though that Kemba Nelson too, Kemba Nelson, Alana Reed, Natasha, and who is my fourth? At this particular point, I don't know who would be the fourth, but I'm just looking at three right now. They're good. That would be a good team. It's interesting that most of these people are actually starters as well, so that's interesting. But yeah, let's see how that goes. I don't want to say right off the bat that they could challenge, but they could challenge. You know what I mean? They could challenge, and I mean by challenge, I mean challenge for gold. Um, all right, let's see the four by four now. Stacy, Cherokee, Leah, Ashley Williams, Janelle, Genevieve, Tovia Jenkins, and Ranisha McGregor. My problem with the 4x4 is I want to see who the rest of the world is sending. I've already said that if Netherlands sends their best team, which I'm assuming they will, then I think they will even beat America. Because think about it, that's their A team. America is not sending their A team, right? So there's no way Netherlands is losing, in my opinion, to America's B team, right? So Netherlands could probably walk away with a win. My problem is where Jamaica ends in the bigger scheme of things when it comes to Great Britain and all these other countries. Yeah, I would love for them to medal, but Jamaica is not looking the strongest right now. The best person in this right now is Stacey. And I'm always going to give a nod to the hurdlers because the hurdlers, always do well. So Geneva. But, oh, and Leah as well. Leah is also good this season. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for sure. For sure it's going to be tough. So let's see. Let us see. So that's it for the world relays. Track is it's gonna be you know what? See, since Jamaica is rebuilding, let's put it that way. Jamaica is rebuilding, so things won't be, as great as we would love them to be. But you know what? We have representation, and that's good. It could be worse. We couldn't have representation, and then we'll be grumbling even more, right? So with that said, let us see what happens. Let us see what happens. Let me take a look at this message that I missed. Oh my God. No, I have to laugh at that one. That was funny. Okay, guys, let me read some of these comments right about now. Let me read some of these comments over here. Um, where am I? Okay, so these are some suggestions about the. Okay, so you're saying yes, I was right. Is that in terms of it's seeming like the world relays is dying. There should be a. I don't know. To me, the shuttle relay for the hurdles looks dangerous. I won't lie. I wouldn't want nobody to do no mixed shuttle hurdles. 'Cause it looks dangerous. It looks very dangerous. So I don't know. I don't know about that event, and I'm assuming that's why they've never done it. Um, that's why we need Noah and Shakira to promote track and field. And that's why they're collecting the big bucks. And that's why their names are consistently on everybody's tongues because they understand how to use social media. Nobody else seems to understand it. Um, they used to have a distance maybe relay 4x8, I think, or 4 by, it can't be 4x15. Um, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with the idea, especially these world class hurdlers. One of them go drop and go broke their foot out for over how long? No. Broke their hand? No. I'm sorry. This short relay is a no no for me. Except for Shakiri and TT Terry, this is a very strong US team. It is. It is. It definitely is. Kind of have Alana winning, running 1096 legal, 1088 win aided. Okay, we're talking about Kip Kino. Okay. I have not included shares yet because I'm guessing we need to see some more runs from her. TXT Ramford should be on the third leg. No, I wasn't talking about the legs. I was just trying to pair up man pound for pound in terms of the performances that I've seen so far. And I was just trying to make Jamaica competitive. But it was a reach. I have to say it was a reach. Um, Nigel for first, Bryan second, Raheem third, Akeem anchor. So you're saying Raheem Ford can run a better bend than Bryan Levell or Nigel Ellis? Why would we put Nigel Ellis on first? I'd have to think about it. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I would start with Akeem. No, sir. We need somebody who can run with Noah. We can, we cannot put Akeem run a front. Cause Jamaica don't. By the time the next three leg come, it done and dusted. Um, that is a big reach. Welcome back, Rocky Hill. Um, against the Juggernaut. Noah can beat the athletes. Need to have confidence in themselves. Yeah, he can be beat for sure. With excellent handoffs, yes, we could, but foot speed, the US still has a slight advantage. Yes, I do agree they have an advantage. T forever optimistic. Ah, it's when you want to win, you say anything sometimes. I swear to you, it's wild though. Do you unblock Rocky Hill? Yeah, I did promise him I would unblock him, but I wasn't able to toggle. It took a while because I wasn't able to toggle my YouTube, but then I realized it was the browser was the problem, so I switched browsers and voila. Um, Kemba and Natasha and Alana is really the only one that could meet the team challenge for gold. We need two other athletes to withdraw and put better, faster at. Look here. If they don't have the athletes that are interested to go, then they just have to work with what they have. Sometimes we're talking about put better athletes, but the athletes are not interested in going. I remember when we were asking Rashid McDonald why they didn't have a 4x4 team at the indoors for the men, and he said because nobody wanted to go. So we may have the legs, but if nobody wants to go, it is what it is. Sorry, say Shashali get injured. Yeah, because Shashali would have been a good ad, right? For sure. And did I expect to see Brianna? Brianna is going through a transition right now, so I don't necessarily think we'll be seeing her right off the bat, but maybe. T, please read the rest of my comment about Raheem. How far was that comment? See, Ryan Ford should be on third leg. He's an amazing third leg, and he has a top five fastest ever third leg since last year. Okay. Um, I mean, I get the whole top five fastest third leg, but we're taking into consideration that the athletes that are going with him, one are a few new faces when you talk about the senior team and running relays, and two also looking as a bit better than he is at this particular point. So I'm not sure, but yeah. Shemal, oh. Kemba, I read that already. I think Alana should anchor. At this point, I'm not sure how I would construct this relay. Let me look at it again. Let me look at this female thingy. Because I'll be your first like people miss it, so I'm not even know. Where is Jamaica? Jamaica. Da, 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 da. That's the man. This is the woman. Okay, so I'm looking at it again. I would say the problem is I don't even know who I want to be the fourth person, right? So that's the first problem I'm having. Natasha runs a good straight, right? So I put Natasha on a straight. I probably put Natasha on anchor, right? I put Natasha on anchor. I would probably put Alana on second. I'd put Kemba on first. Then I just randomly throw somebody in on the third leg. That's probably what I would do. So Kemba to Alana to somebody to Natasha. Okay, let's see the rest of the comments. You will understand why I have him for third. He is good. No, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just looking at the current performances. Guys, when I'm thinking about the relay right now, I'm not thinking about personal best, but current shape. Current shape, right? So that's my thing. Just checking in. What did I miss? A lot. It's been an hour and 21 minutes. So yeah, it's been a bit. Can't wait for Elaine to open her season. Me as well. Me as well. Just having some patience. I believe she opens up, what was it, the 29th? Or was it 27th? She opens up though at the end of the month, so let's see. I agree that's a good lineup that you made, T. I mean, it's roughly flung together, but I think it's the best I could come up with on the fly based on what I'm looking at. So yeah. Natasha should anchor let her run against Gabby for sure. I think Natasha should anchor based on this team. I don't think Alana would do justice because I did see somebody saying Alana should anchor, right? But I don't think you'll probably get what you're expecting out of that leg. I've seen Alana do a good first and a good second, right? So, and even though the second is also a straight, different ball game in my opinion. So, yeah, I think I'd put it that way. But it's roughly flung together. So yeah, all right. So that's the relays. So I touched on J3As that's not been non-progressive. I've touched on World Relays. Okay, so Fred Curley was added to the J3As invite. So again, kind of honing on the fact that we're looking for external athletes, external powerhouse athletes, sorry, to really bolster our own meeting. And it's sad to see, or sad not to see, any Jamaicans not being there for sure. But those are all the topics that I wanted to cover. Yeah, those are all the topics that I wanted to cover. So you guys wanted to talk about the races over the weekend. Okay, let's do it. 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 You're late.
Say, me just gonna put a comment in a comment section now. Good evening.
You are late. Good
I'm never
evening.
I'm never late.
You're late. Me sure done. The man come when me sure done.
Show can't done. A 1 hour gone, the show can't done.
You know my shows are short and spicy.
Short.
And spicy. Like
Yeah,
me.
I have one request.
What's that?
Could you stand for the people?
Stand? Huh? You want me to stand? Oh no. You want me to stand for the people I stand for you. Don't bring the people in this because the people never asked me to stand.
Big up
Oh
for
my
yourself.
word.
We have some breaking news.
What's that?
Well, me not think I don't know big breaking news, but me just get some information. Say, God Gill, basic well, J3's president. Basically, they will be sending a sprint relay team for boys and girls and a mixed relay 4x4 to the world relays.
As in to give them experience on the global stage?
I don't know the reason behind it, but that's the only
So
thing me can look and say I must
no,
exposure.
so how does that work? Are we allowed to have more than one Jamaica?
I guess because it's well, unless they are flexible enough to like have add a junior section to it.
No, my thing is it doesn't have to be junior, but you know, like how they do pen relays where they have USA Red, blah blah blah. So it doesn't matter if if they have a second Jamaican team,
I though
participating.
they'll be running with the seniors though.
Oh, so they're gonna have a whole junior section.
Eh,
Earlier I was asking why does it seem to me that World Relays is coming to an end? Because I only does the 4x4, 4x1, a mixed
Me,
relay, just three
me,
event.
me hear everything will go on. I watch the show.
Are you late? You shouldn't have tell me that. You shouldn't tell me say you did there wherever and you couldn't. This is my name, man.
No, but well, you see, people with up on the show. You see, after the show finished last night, people we there in the back room are going all a vibe. I me explain to T what go on. Me I go late, but me I go watch the show. Seeing?
You never tell me say
Though,
I got 1.5 hour late.
but late is late.
No, 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 no.
T,
Not
if
having
you're
it.
1 minute late or you're 2 minutes late, you're still late. And if you're 1 hour late, that's still late. You know, spell in a different way.
This man you see? This here man you see?
It's spelled different.
Oh boy. You know what? Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I
Big up
appreciate
the
you.
people in the comment section.
It should have happened for a while, and I had to call him out for it to happen, but it happened nonetheless, and I do appreciate it. Thank you. Now let's get back into
Hey,
it.
Nolan, Bill, you know. Hey, Raquel, you have to rate me, you know. So we make tea free up. Make sure you behave yourself. If you don't behave yourself, we send you up back the hill.
I'm weak. Oh my gosh. All right, so
So,
we're gonna jump into some. Oh, you
mm,
know what? But before we jump into that, since I already covered it, let's do it again. You can just tell me your opinion. So I was saying earlier that the J3 is seems non-progressive for me, right? First I was grumbling about the whole relay thing, but I realized it's deeper than this, and it seems to be um, just that when it comes to just accepting current social norms to use those means to expand brand Jamaica, they seem as though they're just totally not interested in doing it, while everybody else is doing it and getting ahead with their athletes. Their athletes are getting so many brand deals. Team Jamaica does nothing for their athletes. And here we are wondering why sometimes our athletes are not bigger than they should be because they get zero promotion. I saw Warren Weir earlier, proposition J3 is to say, hey, I can do this for you. See, this is some of my work. And he showed some of his work. He even made a flyer, just out of the fly, a 3-minute flyer. He said just to show them some of the things from their Word document that they put out, earlier on to promote the meet, to let us know that, hey, we're having a global event that's a silver ranking world, event, and we're using a Word document, to put it up. But yeah, with that said, he showed them and nobody, reached out to him. There's so many Jamaicans that hopped on and said, hey, this is a good idea. All of them atting J3As. I'm sure a few people may have personally reached out to J3As because I realize that a lot of people that are here as well, are in the know and part of the body and can talk to these people and have a little, sway. And nothing happened. Nothing came out of it. So here we are. And I'm just thinking that J3S is just a big waste of time, non-progressive. I don't know if it's because I try to say it's because maybe it's the mindset. When you're older, sometimes you don't want to have anything to do with social media because I suffer from the same thing, which is why I struggle so much, entertaining social media. I'm trying to change, but it's the hardest thing. But it's different when you're a governing body, when you can hire out people to do it for you. You have the resources to do it. Get these people on board to, promote and push Brand Jamaica the way it should be. Because again, to how colorful and vibrant we be, me not understand. Me can't understand why I don't see more happening.
I think Warren Weir made a very good proposal, but I'm wondering if the media that he used was probably a turn off. I don't know. I mean, it is a world of social media. I'm wondering if they would have wanted it to be anonymous, where he approached them behind the computer walls, so to speak, email or whatever. I think it would be a good idea for a former athlete. But Warren, we are do it's a thing or him know how to do it. He's a social media savvy individual. And if him want to contact them via social media, I don't think anything is wrong with that. Probably them shame him put it out in a public. But I mean, it would have been a brilliant idea. Warren would have them tough, man. I like. And he would have been a former athlete, run for Jamaica, Olympics, world champion, world relays, record holder. So I mean, it would be a good thing for him around the thing. But again, me think a dinosaur attitude that was mentioned. Everything is done to social media. I also believe that there's a thing in sports management in Jamaica that is lacking. I mean, social media is taking over the place, and we're not running with it. We're not promoting it from an administrative point of view, which is basically not putting any traction on the sport. I did a video on the whole Jamaica Invitation. A few people under the comment section saying, they know me not see nothing to promote. Me not see that meet I promote. Thanks, coach. Thanks, coach. Thanks, coach, for the information. So it's like the personnel that are supposed to be doing these things, they are not doing it. You get what I'm saying? So it 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 is mind-boggling what these people are doing or what they are not doing. If
No,
they,
but not what they're not doing with what they have.
yeah, because people are volunteer to do this thing for you and you
No, no,
know
no. It's
something
not
there.
about what. No, no. I'm not talking about that part. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Brand
Oh yeah, I
Jamaica, in
get what.
terms of athletics, pushes itself. They have
Yes,
so many
yes.
greats, and
Plus,
it's again mind-boggling, as you say.
the country on a whole, the color what we have, that in itself is the brand already. You get what I'm saying? So all the people that need for the just trust the process, make the thing work. I think marketing is also lacking in the country from a sporting standpoint. We're really weak on that, and we need to pull up the socks or try as best as possible to get some expert to come out and assist in sports marketing. There are a plethora of YouTube videos, Instagram people out there that will help you to tell you how marketing is done. albeit some of them want money because it's a business them are run, of course. But sometimes you have to take a risk in a business, and I don't know what go on with the marketers them, or do they really have marketers, or them just have somebody where just take a few pictures and I try promote the thing. While me believe Warren would have chop it up in such a way, present it, set up a storyline, make it look so decent because that's some top quality thing in my work with the June thing where I'm
It would be so
yo,
engaging for today's people,
yeah,
and especially people that are even probably not part of the sport. Just seeing how it's put together would make them want to be a part of this, the conversation. But I don't know. I fail to understand, and I was saying earlier that maybe it's the person, because I do know that J3 has a problem with Warren Weir. So I was saying maybe it's the person,
mm-hmm,
and maybe that is why he chose that route, because he wouldn't get any attention if he went privately, right? Because they wouldn't just ignore him, point blank, period. But maybe he thought if he had the masses behind him supporting him, which he did, then he would have gotten further. But he still got nowhere.
mm-hmm. But I would believe. Let me tell you this, Warren Weir, me reach out to Warren Weir too. See it? And him same in an interview thing. See? Because I believe his story would be a good story for him talk. Based on the fight and the backlash for him get, his story would have been a good story to go out there for people. Even young athletes coming up. Him knowing of them thing there. But him want to use a medium like that for reach out to the people them. I believe what him should have done, reach out to them in private, and if them don't respond in a positive way, or if they don't respond at all, just put it out on social media where people see it. So him can say, yo, so me reach out to them people and whatever. But again, it could just be the individual. It very well could be the individual in Warren Weir, because probably I don't know if he's blacklisted or whatever.
I
But
think he is. I know how Jamaica works, and I get blackballed vibe or blackballed energy. That's the
mm,
energy I get when it comes to some of the athletes, and that's why some of them are fearful as well of speaking out, because about any concern that they have, because they're afraid of being blackballed. And but it's just wild to me though. Like, okay, fine, ignore Warren Weir. Go and go hire somebody if you do it then. You know what I mean?
or he would have given them an idea. I want idea that right there, so big idea. Somebody in the comment section tease them come for say if me really go forward tonight. I say people them need stay.
I might just tell you something, and let me look right at you. I was about to end this show, and you would have been dead to me.
T, you know so that can't. You know said camp. That's why show never end. I'm come on. You know like me that they come in the back room away, and you don't want what me do. You know long me a knock.
I didn't see you. I was looking someplace. I was looking up here. My
Yeah,
my screen is over there, and I'm looking this way, so I didn't see you. It's when I
but
looked
I
back
was
over, I saw
knocking.
you.
You never hear the knock either.
No, which knock?
What do you mean which knock? When me tell her last week, say me I come knock on the door. Me now come in the comment section. Now that me tell her.
You're lucky then. That's why you stayed over there so long.
No man, I no luck. Me
Dog
no,
should dog should I bite you? Coming in over your door to do so long.
no, me carry two sardines.
How weak.
Me carry two sardines. Say dog, they put it back. Them have to just walk them tail.
Oh my gosh, I'm weak. So I don't know. He gave them great suggestions though, so maybe we won't see an immediate change, but maybe we'll see something, down the line. But me just feel like we're fighting a losing battle when it comes to J3s. Me just feel like them older people here just need to resign out, left completely, and make some new, young, vibrant people take over. Me can't bother man. Make some hot girl like Lisa Anna. Which portfolio Lisa Anna have again?
What kind of portfolio?
As in, what does she
Lisa,
what yeah.
Lisa probably not have no seat or no chair.
No man, I know they're not in power in government, but I'm just giving an example where you need somebody trendy to understand what is trendy.
Yeah, and
Who is the
it.
sports? Who is the opposition person for PNP? Come never know.
I think I wave lines. I wave lines. I
Child,
never remember that one.
I don't people if you go sit down.
But what may I say to you, the social media thing, it takes a lot of effort and energy, and the people then probably don't have the drive and the know-how, the patience to do all of them. Them probably still like you have no patience to come on certain things. So I don't know. Them for just sub out the work, yeah, man. Because all of youth are come out of university right now where have social media lock.
That's the point I'm trying to make. They themselves don't have to worry about it. They have the
Mm-hmm.
funding. Hire the people to do it. And then you are doing it and you don't have to be bothered about it. Let the young people do what young people are known to do. You know what I mean? I just don't understand why all these old foggies are sitting up there holding up space and not doing anything. And
What
they're
you call them?
wondering why people are not turning up to meets.
What you call them a while ago? All what?
Old foggies. Foggies. People so start calling me old foggy.
No, but that application did it. It's so like, well, I go say it anyway. You know
What,
how you
frog?
do it. Eh?
Frog?
Oh, froggy, yes, sir.
No, fog. As in fog.
Uh-huh. But frog have a
As
connotation.
in, you don't know the fog? Not like the mist?
Yeah, better you say mist.
No, but foggy is a word. What you mean? You don't know
I
fog?
know. People in the airport teen coming.
Melas, what is bad about saying fog? Oh! I said fog. Fog. Foggy.
Eh,
No,
careful.
sir. Look here. I didn't understand what you guys were going on
At
about when I
Tom say
said
your name,
foggy.
supposed to move so slow.
No, no. When it comes to these things, I am very slow because I'm not gonna lie. It was the first. It wasn't even on the tip of my brain to even think that this was a thing. No. Yes. I can't believe this. If look here, YouTube, don't play my video. Cause I said nothing like that. So don't do it. Do not do it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move. So let me see some of these comments there before we move on. Um,
Hey,
why?
make a comment while you think about that. You see, one of the things I said it a few weeks or days ago about the J3s. I think one of the issues that they or the comfort that they have been having is the success of the sprinters and the clubs them do all of these things. Sprinters, whatever track and field basically is successful, so to speak. So it's basically hiding the cut or the wound or whatever is there, the many flaws that the federation or the administration has. And constantly doing well, it basically hide the flaws and what they are not doing. So people tend to, put them aside now, really look on what is happening unless an issue come up like the taekwondo trainer thing. But really and truly, they have been lacking, they have been wanting in terms of the whole leadership of the administration. What have they done throughout the whole years of leadership in terms of helping the track and field? I mean, you have coaches out there who want to be what you call it now, qualified, certified, or move from level one to level two, or move up the ranks. These things are not available. Recently, they brought in something from World Athletics where they can do the course online, and then the Jamaica Coaches Association will help to ratify. That is something good. But separate and apart from that, I mean, how have they impacted the sport? I know they are getting a lot of beating in terms of the tracks around, like the one in Montego Bay. But I'm not really putting the blame on them for that. I think that has to do with government. Uh, Somebody might not agree with me, but it is to me not seeing what these people have been doing. Issa again have been doing well with with the championship. Is J3 really behind that? It is the same thing. Oh, Issa again deal with football in Jamaica. That schoolboy football is really bigger than even the Premier League when it comes on to crowd support and the support that it pulls, the sponsorship and all of these things. So these federations, they are lacking and wanting, and because track and field is so successful in Jamaica, kind of hide the wound that is really there, and people think that everything is dandy, but really and truly, it's not really dandy.
Yeah, but we speak out about it and there's no change. So it's not even like they take advice. It's like they refuse, that they're better than taking advice and make a change. You know, like sometimes when, and you touch on a bit of politics, and I don't like talking about politics because it annoys me as well. But anyway, um, you know, like when politicians are coming out before an election and they'll promise you all these things
Promise them.
that they'll be able to do, and then they're willing to listen to you at that moment, and they say, and they listen and they say yes, they're going to do that, and yes, they're going to do that, then but then when they get there they do nothing, right? And then you could have go on TV, JCVM, a ball out on whichever platform for change, and you never ever get change until the next 4 years where they're ready to get re-elected again. They come and they say, yeah man, they're gonna do it this time around, and still, and you fall for that trap every single time, and you know it is what it is. But it's the same thing. So because they don't feel like they need us, right? Because track and field is thriving because of the athletes, right? They're
Because
not
of
willing to listen to
clubs,
us. Say that again.
because of the clubs, really, and the
That's
athletes
what
that.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So right, so they're not willing to listen to us. So they don't care what we have to say. So they don't care about no public opinion, no nothing, because at the end of the day, public opinion is not going to re-elect them. You know what I mean? They don't care. So it is what it is, and it just stays the same way.
And probably sometimes they think that they operate outside of the public sphere, so the public really know of faith to what is happening, so them can always talk, they don't know the ins and outs. But for somebody like me who understand the whole ins and outs, them can't. No, say
No,
no
but
really.
even so, even if you're saying that they're outside of the public sphere, it doesn't matter. You can take suggestions. You can
Of
see what are their
course,
problems, and you can fix things. And if the public keeps saying to you, hey, we noticed something here, track and field public are saying that we noticed something here, make this better. Why is this not the case? Only when you see people going up for election. Let's even look at the same Issa. Only when you see people going up for election, they come in with their plan, and they tell you, oh, they plan to do this, plan to do that, blah blah blah. And then once they get there, they implement whatever, and you can't chat to them again.
mm,
You can't chat to them again. You can't make no suggestion to them again. They not change nothing, and then come out and then tell you whatever they want to tell you, and it is what it is, and you have to hold that.
yeah. I see a comment from Agro. He said that he think that some of the local development meet they should have relays for the participating clubs as part of the program. I spoke to somebody very important in organizing development meets on the island, and these relays are a part of the program, but apparently them not many takers. So even though they might be on the program, nobody no really come out from the relay because people are so centered on their individual event that they somehow neglect the relays. And I mean, in Jamaica, for the most part that I have seen, is that most times even the huh? Oh, sorry. Um, lock your
What?
camera. Time I do that here, miss. 'Cause my eyes are big enough. Anyways, me get distracted. What may I say now? Um, no, seriously, me lose my thought. Oh,
My creepy radar is flashing.
okay. Remember now. Yeah. So even at the school level, the high school level, what they do sometimes is they do the necessary preparation. They only probably do relay preparation when it's close to a relay meet that they know that a relay meet is coming up in the next 2 weeks. So for that week, you try to ensure so for the next 2 weeks you put in some relay work. So it's not really an ongoing thing because sometimes it can really derail the whole preparation, I believe. Hence the reason why some of these people don't want to do it. It is sad to say, but it just set away. And when you look on a Noah Lyles, when you look on a Lindsay where up and coming and a go on so well, when you look on a Gabby Thomas, them people there, do you think they are derailing their program to go up on God the world relays? I don't think so. But them are go.
I did a video recently on this. I wonder if you guys watched. Did you guys watch? I talked about the relay recently. Um, my thoughts on it. I think Jamaica is just full of excuses with every single thing. I remember some time ago somebody was complaining about how the government doesn't do something. And this isn't specific to any particular government. I just want to make this clear, but how the government doesn't do is not able to do something. And somebody's response to it was, um, if they believe the government can do everything, why not? Why them not go get private sponsorship? So I thought to myself, how is it that you're collecting taxpayers' dollars that to do certain things that you say you're going to do, not do it, and then turn around and say that we need to get some beg some money from some place and get some free money from some place for us to do it. So if we keep sitting on and waiting on the free money, so what's our taxpayers' dollars for exactly? Just to pay them to sit there and look pretty or be old foggies? Look here. What is happening in my comment section? You know, it's the last time you come on my show.
You see me, hey, me telling about black people, you know. You see? Me tell about black people. You know? What is happening in the comment?
Oh my gosh.
Where's
You
a
guys are
gem?
too much.
Where's a
You guys
gem?
are being too much tonight. You guys are being too much tonight, man.
No, now go on that comment, man. Focus, focus, focus.
Anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. You made me lose my chain of thought. What was I saying? I don't remember. What was the conversation? We
Government.
can move on. Let us
No, yes,
move
like,
on. Come, me can't bother. Me una play with my meds, and yeah, we need to move on. So Diamond League comes up on Saturday. Diamond League comes up on Saturday. You have any
mm,
thoughts?
um, interest. There are two matchups to look forward to. Um, Mboma versus Alana. Lindsay versus Tibogo. I don't know if we do a video that and say Alana faces the most feared athlete. And the people them take me and I say, what kind of comment that this? foolish. This is stupid. But them now get to me I say no. I mean,
Oh no, no, Skip Kano. That's Skip Kano. That's not Diamond League.
yeah, me just I mentioned that before.
Okay.
Um, so Mboma is really one of the most feared athletes because people talk about her running that fast time, 200 meters at 18 years old. You understand? And the uncertainty that she's
Da
back in
da
the sport
dee.
because of what she took or the medication that she had to take to, be back in the sport. So there's a lot of uncertainty surround the whole Mboma. The fact that I hear a lot of people say, "Yo, she beat up Sherika already," and then people say, "But Sherika wasn't in 21.4. Sherika has gotten faster." So I will probably look at thing around that. But I am really anticipating seeing her run, especially with the likes of Alana to see how Alana will, she a goat now. That is good. Her sponsors or agent are get her in a race, and that is good enough. When you have a good agency to get you out there in races, that is always good. You get what I say? So I like the fact that she get that and coming off at 11.09 going into is it Nairobi? Yeah. I mean, we could see her first sub 11 as a professional athlete. So I'm looking forward to that. It goes without saying, let's see the Tibogo, one of the
Before you
fastest.
jump to Let's Seal before you
Hmm.
jump to Let's Seal I just want to comment on what you were saying about the women's 100.
Hmm.
I have Alana taking the win because Christina Mboma hasn't run any kind of competitive racing, and I
Hmm.
do not believe when you're restricted, you're allowed to do any type of I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to even train a certain way. I don't think so, no. Because when you're banned, I don't think you're allowed to do certain things. So it will be interesting to see what type of shape she's
Um,
in.
Sorry. I think athletes train, but they can't be trained by, probably what you'd say. And this is not official people, but
Welcome,
because me have a little insight on certain yes, people kind of still keep
welcome,
it.
Sean.
Hello,
Sean Bliss,
guys.
yeah, man, big up. People kind of still keep themselves. I think they can't get it from any person who's involved in the sport. So, like, if you want to work out yourself, them can't really stop you from workout. But so that sometimes happen. I don't know how frequent it is because sometimes people really not motivated whenever they have time off away from the sport. So that could be something we can discuss a little bit more. But it's because I'm speaking of knowledge.
Yeah, no, no, I'm not saying nay. So going based on that, I don't really have much expectations.
Hmm.
In terms of the first run, one coming back and it's your first one of the season. There's so many different things that go into this first run that I'm not really expecting anything from really. So it's left to be seen. Let me tell you something. If she comes out and she does something wild, I'm just gonna say this right now. Pack up we bag them. Jamaican, if you pack up we bag them out of we event them and go sit on one side. You know what I mean? That's my opinion because we're just gonna be seeing something that no woman has ever done before, in my opinion. But it is what it is. But I'm not expecting it. So, but let's see. Um, Somebody said something to me about what my facial expression. What's wrong with my facial expression, Coach? Why are you laughing?
Am I laughing?
Yes, you have a smirk on your face. Why?
Probably face was always pleasant. So
No, it's not. Stop. Why is what's wrong with my facial expressions, Nolan? Um I think going forward Coach's Dex is gonna be banned from my channel. By the way, anybody heard anything on Kevona? Seems that injury was a thing. Haven't seen her. Um, let's see what happens over the weekend. I believe that camp comes up over the weekend. Let us see. Let us see. I still maintain that World Athletics needs to create a category for DSD. No, sir.
No, sir, me not subscribe to the
There are
argument.
not enough people for a category. It's the
Exactly.
same. And the moment you start to do that, you open up a can of worms because the people them will want to be woman, I go tell you say them want category two. Look here, we
Mm-hmm.
don't have time for that.
That don't make no sense. That a gonna mess up the sport.
Don't have time for that.
That
Next,
that a gonna
uh,
mess up the sport.
don't have don't have no time for that, right? So yeah. Um, welcome, Sean. You can join. You can chime in anytime you feel like. It's a free floor or it's an open floor.
Okay. All right. I'm just listening for now.
Okay. Um,
I like it
I
here, by
look
the way.
puzzled when coach was talking. Now sometimes I'm reading other stuff in a Nolan, like I'm looking back and forth on my laptop. So yeah. And then if I read the comments and I see something weird, I may construe my face in a particular way. Y'all know me. I'm very emotive. Um, very emotive. Guys, this is a track and field channel. Please stick to track and field, or I'm gonna start banning some of y'all. So we are going to look at the Diamond League coming up over the weekend. So I'm gonna share that on the screen, and we're just gonna take a look at a few of the lineups from a Jamaican perspective, because that's the only thing I care about, child. And then we can move on from that. I have like 50,000 pages open, I swear to you. Right? But anyway, let me share my screen and we can take a look. Where's coach? Where coach gone? That's me, myself, and I. Share screen. Window. Share. Okay. So this is the Diamond League that's coming up. It's on the men's 100. But let me go back. Let me start at the top. I want to see um, the entry. I believe that we have quite a few Jamaicans here, actually. Let me see if there's anybody in the high jump. Okay, so we have Bryan here, with Mota's Etta Bar Shame. Um, I mean, defending Olympic champion, I want to say. Is he? He's won so many titles that right now I'm not too for sure right now. I know for sure he didn't win last year. I don't think so. At the World Championships. Um, I'm gonna put it this way: when it comes to high jumping in Jamaica, we are not there yet. Bryan is not there yet. Also, his PB is only 2.25 meters. So for me personally, this is just experience. It's great that he was even able to get into such a lineup, right? And I'm clearly MVP did some kind of package deal here, because typically, yeah, only the best of the best you see line up in these type of meets. So it's good that he's here. I'm just looking at it from an experience perspective, and hope that he'll be able to do well. Oh, zoom it, zoom. Can you guys see now? Is this better?
I tend to agree with you, T, in terms of the experience for Christoph Brand. I mean, MVP has produced a champ, well, a medalist in high jump before. RIP. To
It didn't matter for us.
Yeah, I said they have produced a medal in the high jump,
Where was
and
he training when he got that medal?
Jamaica medal train, man. but he switched
Jamaica is not
allegiance.
fine.
Yeah,
I
but
know
he
he
switched
switched allegiance,
allegiance.
but I'm just
Yeah, man.
checking
He
what
worked
Jamaica
at
was training.
yeah, man. Him trainer MVP.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Right. So this is something that they would have done before. I don't know where Christoph Bryan is. 2.25 is not really at the world class type of height. Um, he this is goes to show what they are doing is working in terms of getting him back to full health. At one point, probably Christoph would have given up on the sport, but kudos to MVP for taking him in and working some sort of um good thing on his rehabilitation. So it is going to be a good experience for him to compete against the world's best and to prepare himself for the journey of making it to the Olympics. I think though what they possibly want to do is to get him to get as close or as possible, or if not, make that qualifying standard. So I think
What's the
that's what
qualifying
they.
standard? Isn't it like 3-1 or something or 3-3?
Yes, I think it's in the three category. Yeah, I don't remember exactly the digit, but it's 2.3 something.
1 second there. Let me check this a second.
Why do you guys think we don't
Numbers.
have as many high jumpers coming out of Jamaica?
For me, I think Jamaicans are much in love with the shorter sprints, which of course is the 100 meters that they pay limited attention to the other disciplines. Um, Most times, even athletes are not
It
even
One
fast enough
second there,
to
not to
do.
cut you, but
Hmm.
it's 2.33 meters to
Yeah,
qualify automatically. I know there's a rule. There's a rule that if you get one person to automatically qualify, and then you have maybe a B standard qualification, then both of them can go. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but we still don't have even one qualification because I don't think the collegiate, what's his name, one in
Wilson,
Beckford. No,
Beckford, and
Beckford.
Wilson. Well, Beckford is really ahead of
Beck,
them. Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah,
Beckford is ahead of everybody, right? So
yeah.
I don't even think Beckford has made it.
Mm.
So I don't know how close. I mean, 2.33 may not seem as far from 2.25, but when it comes to the high jump, it's a big gap.
Yeah, man. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. Even with I think with the throws and the jumps, the distance it is so small from one point to the next that you might think it needs a great effort, but it is so close. But sometimes it's execution and the technical ability of the athlete sometimes to get that distance. But back to what Sean asked, the field events are not the best. Even some athletes might be very slow and they still want to take on the 100 meters. When in fact they probably could do a hurdle, a four hurdle, 800 meters or 400 meters, But everybody want the glimmer and the glamour.
Like a Jadon.
Hmm.
What was Jadon trying to do before he did the long jump, the triple jump?
I think he made a sprinter or something like that.
Yeah, he was trying to do some kind of sprinting. I don't remember which event, but he was
Even
trying to
though
do some type of sprint.
even though the sprinting still in our back of mind.
I don't think that much, considering that he's world record caliber based on what people are projecting. So I don't know about that, but let's see.
Yo, that six jumper me see him make six step jump
See,
and jump.
I know, right? I was flabbergasted. I was like,
Yo,
oh my gosh. I tell you, when
yo,
this man comes out, when this young man comes out, the world is going to be, at his feet.
not the fact that the youth can jump, You see him phases them.
Are
They are
flawless.
so smooth, without wrinkle, without lump.
Mm,
Yo, may I tell us
I don't think I've ever enjoyed seeing somebody jump from a technical perspective, the way I when I'm watching him jump. I watch
Mm-hmm.
everybody jump, and you can feel hop. You can feel the hop.
Yeah,
You
you're
don't
right.
feel Jadon's hop. It's so smooth. It's like he's not even. It's like he's floating.
My glide, yeah, man.
So it's like you can feel when they hit the ground, and you're like, oh my god, those ankles won't last long. You know what I mean? Or those knees won't last long, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Jadon, it's like there's this thing that he's just gliding across the ground, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's
That's
amazing.
why he's so good at what he does because it's the transfer of energy. So the other athletes that you're talking about, when they hit the board or the ground, and you can actually feel that explosive power, a lot of the energy is being lost. So they're
Mm-hmm.
not transferring the energy in to the pit. That's why it looks explosive and it's sound explosive, and you're like, oh my gosh, you can feel the ankles. With him, he's effectively transferring the energy throughout the phases. That's why it looks and feels like that. You don't get that type of feeling.
I think
No, Jeff,
it's like
even
a
with
cat landing
sorry.
thing. You know, when a cat a jump from far and them land,
Yeah, it's a
that,
cat type
that's
of
other
thing
thing, right? And he doesn't
because
spend a lot of time on the ground, so that is
I
even more
see Jeff
effective.
saying Rojas when Rojas is jumping, I feel all of Rojas's jumps, and she jumps very messy as well. As talented as she is, world record done all those jumps over 15 meters. There's a lot to clean up, you know, when it comes to
She's
Rojas.
strong
When it
still, you
comes
know.
to, huh?
She's very strong, you know. That I really a keeper in the thing, you know. She's very
Plus
strong.
tall, plus the legs. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the length of her legs. You know what I mean, right? So with that said, I don't compare, and I can't think of a present athlete that looks anything like Jadon over the triple jump. I can feel every single jump from all these athletes, but when it comes to Jadon, it's like it's butter. It's just creaming all about the. Oh my gosh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Coach, you're never coming back on my channel again.
What did I do? What did I do?
I would have said what I said and it would have been normal and everybody would have understood because that's just how I speak. But no, everything becomes weird.
Why? It's poetic.
Oh my lord.
It's poetic. So why it's weird? I enjoy
You're
it.
not you're not coming back on my channel.
Hey, people, oh, just so black people stay. Teach them now forward it up. And when my company ends in our problem now.
Let's look at this shot put woman. I don't think but so yeah, no, Jadon for sure looks awesome and I can't wait to see what he does when he comes out this season for sure. But yeah, let's move on. Daniel Thomas Dodd is here in the shot put. I've been dying for Daniel to transition past 19. I see a lot of the new girls coming up now and they're getting into 20 meters. And I'm like, what does Daniel need to do to get to 20 meters?
Mm, good question.
Because right now as it stands, Daniel could compete one time for top three, but now how things are now, she can't compete for top three again.
Probably
Because
should.
look at this list. We have Maggie Owen, we have Chase Jackson that was formerly Ely, we have Sarah Mitton. So and we have Jessica what child? Look here, we're not gonna try to bend up my mouth tonight, but yeah. Plus we have Jia Yuan song. So like all of these girls right now, if you're not over 20 meters or you can't get into 20 meters, you're not going to be able to figure out if it's one thing about these field events when it comes to the Diamond Leagues. All these people turn up together all the time, right? So they're always all there. It's pretty much like how the hurdles are when it comes to track. That the hurdles are always turning up. When it comes to the field events, whether it's a discus throw, the javelin, these athletes turn up at the meets time and time again. The best of the best, and they compete together. So I love the field that she's in. One, get out there from the get go and shake things up with these girls. But I do think she needs to start getting into 20 meters to be in the conversation for top three again. To get back medal podium ready, she needs to get over 20 meters.
There are quite several a lot of things that could cause that, the regression or the stagnant state. Possibly she could be trying something new in terms of technique, and I mean it might not be progressing how rapidly as how she'd want it to. It could be a niggle that is causing her to, or a poor technique that is causing her not to be striking the way that she should be striking. So it's a lot of these things, or it could be a case where the coach is stuck in his old ways where him no want really try something new, because you have to really experiment when it come on to coaching. And normally when you kick a football, when you put the shot, when you release that javelin, when you shoot that shot behind the arc, you know it have a connect. So I mean, these people know when it have a connect. So I'm wondering if they need to do all of these things, if they are not, to ensure they can probably get over that mark, because that are really the magic number right now. Because if not,
Yeah, it is. Somebody said in the comment section about the season's best. No, I know it's seasons is not season's best. It's personal best. I was looking at. I'm just speaking in general terms how I see the shot put trending. One time, Daniel Thomas Dodd was top three for Jamaica, right? Or no, top not top three for Jamaica. Sorry, top three for the world, right? I'm saying that's no longer the case. And when I look at the field, which is the same people here that we're looking at that she lines up against here, it's the same people that are way ahead of her, and I want her to break into that 20 meters. That's what I'm saying. I'm not expecting Daniel Thomas Dodd to come out and throw 20 meters in her first. Is this her first throw? No, it's not her first throw outdoors. But no, this time this distance I believe is taken from indoors, right?
huh?
This this distance is taken from indoors. I don't believe I've seen her outdoors so far. Has she?
No, I don't think so. I think
Right, I
indoor.
think that's an indoor
Mm.
performance. But with that said, right, I'm not expecting anything wild from any of these athletes. If they throw over 20, I'll go wow. But I'm expecting maybe 19 highs, maybe mid 19s, something around that range. But I'm saying going forward for Danielle Thomas Dodd, in order to get back into top three globally, then she needs to um, get over 20 meters. That's my thing. Excuse me. Is this what is this? What is happening in my chat, sir? What is happening in my chat, sir?
Who, me? Yeah.
Yes, we're supposed to be focused on track and field.
So no track and field right now.
Not in our
Jody,
chat.
Jody, it's not a off topic. Track and field.
No, sir. But her
Hey,
coach, but her technique looks good. She needs, yeah, her technique. Something I've noticed that a lot of the athletes in the field events now are tall, very tall. Back in the day, the shot putters were short.
short
Now
and
they're very tall. And they're not heavy, like heavy set this way. They're tall and just tall. You know what I mean?
so T. The thing to that now. Um, one
Oh,
cup.
1 second. Don't let me cut you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to discuss. World record was broken recently by a collegiate.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. 74. What was it? 31 or 35? I think. Yeah. 74, 35. Crazy. Anyway, continue.
The thing about even the throws and the jumping events. One component of it that probably the fans are missing the is that component of speed. So the athlete's ability to turn in the circle is very vital, and that has to do with speed. The taller the person is, also, the limbs are taller, so they can get a lot of leverage in terms of releasing, so that they get distance. So the thing becomes so scientific now, that I mean, you have to inner your books, you have to look through, you have to look on tapes and all of these things to ensure that angles of release are on par, what is causing the angle not to be released in the way that it should be, a whole heap of things. And the people them are just
Jordan, I heard the throws don't like wind, don't like the wind, like like all the sprinters would like wind behind them.
mm-hmm,
I heard they don't like it because it's similar to how the hurdlers would say they don't like it because it pushes them into the hurdles.
mm-hmm.
I don't know technically what it does or how to explain it, but I've heard them say that they don't like the wind per se.
Because it gives them a false sense. You remember when Jason Morgan used to throw the hurdle in a one particular meet, and they must say, "You are the wind that help him always a qualify and then come and try to flop." So it is something similar to that. I don't know if it gives them a false sense of reality, where they throw in the wind and they might get a good distance, and them probably feel like, everything is mucho. But going to our next meet, them realize, but me show that this, me can't show this size. Like, that could be one of the reasons, because I know that is something that throwers really lament about too.
Okay, so what's the expectation from Daniel in this field?
Ah, I don't have
I
a.
believe all of these. I believe all of these distances thrown so far, other than maybe the Madison Lee, because New Zealand is outdoors all the time, I think. So I believe all of these distances, save the one from New Zealand, are indoors, which means that nobody has opened up yet. So what's the expectation?
Who will answer that, Sean?
Sean is just very silent.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'm handling some of you right back.
Okay. Um.
I don't really have an expectation for Daniel. Just hope that she can go there, execute, and whatever her and the coach is working on, they can really accomplish it. Whether it is whether it is the what that feels of the thing name again, the power, or whatever thing she use, pretty much for me, I think she should be aiming at distance. So in terms of, as you said, the 20 meter mark, because that is the magical mark right now. So I hope she can get it over there and deal with the thing how it's supposed to be done. But trust me, it's I don't have a high expectation, to be honest.
Yeah, because she's with the best of the best right now. So, and one thing I like about the current throwers, they all seem to be clutch throwers in the sense that on their last throw, they always seem to pull off something really big on their last throw. Have you been noticing? So these girls love to compete and they compete well. So I want Danielle to be part of the conversation again. So I'm just, reserving my opinion as it relates to any distance that she may throw. But I just would love to see, as the season progresses, her get in the game. And I mean, be in the conversation. All right, so we don't have any Jamaicans in the four, but we're just going to take a quick glance over. So we have Aliyah Abrams, Evilis Angelar, Ellie Bear, Lena Irby Jackson, Natalie Kazmarek, Marlady Paulino. We have Kaylin Whitney, Sada Williams, and Britton Wilson. I think this is going to be a good run for Sada. Shadi. Lord, I don't know why I keep saying Sada. Anyway. Looking at it, all I see is Sada. But anyway, Sade, right? I think it's going to be a good run for Sade. My lady, though she has opened up, I don't believe I've seen her run any at all, um, yet. Any distance, I don't think so. But she turns up when she's racing. So I think it's going to be a good run between Sada and Paulina. And the reason why I'm saying between them both because one, Paulino is this is just starting up, so I'm not expecting that she's firing, off the bat. I don't believe so. But also I think that Sade has been running well, running a lot of 200 meters and clearly much faster. So I'm expecting her to be running this 400 meters much faster as well. So I think she'll be challenging for the win here. Um, I think Britain will probably fare the best out of the Americans. And I'm also looking at Kazmarek, the Polish athlete. I want to see how she comes out.
So you said it was Sade. You said that was running a lot of 200s,
Yeah.
and you expected to transition to the 400, right?
Yeah.
Coach
Why are you
gets
guys
it.
laughing at me?
Coach gets it. I don't think. Yeah, it's
I
just a
don't think.
continuation from the little
No, but
conversation we were having
please,
last night about
no.
transitioning
Okay,
from 60
and
meter. I'm
please
not gonna go
explain.
back there. I'm just making a little inside joke.
Two different
It
dynamics, though.
can't be. It can't be Noah and his non-execution that we're back at. It can't
No,
be
no, no, no,
that.
no, 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 no. I was just making a little inside joke.
But is it about Noah?
Of course it is.
It does not count. There's zero execution to speak of. So how is it going to transition to a 100? I will not, change my opinion on that. But again, when it comes to the 400 meters, we want to treat it like a sprint, right? And what a lot of these girls are lacking is that kind of speed to really run the 400 meters like a sprint event. So for me, I appreciate the fact seeing Sada get faster because I know she'll be able to take out that first 200 just as strong as she'll be able to potentially finish the last 200. That's my opinion. When it comes to the 400 meters, sprinting needs to go from the gun goes straight to the tape, and that's what we see a lot of the Americans do, and that's why they tend to be winning a lot. Shawnee Miller Uber as well, she's sprinting, from gun to tape. Who else? Any other? What's the short one? That what's that? What's that sound? What's it? It's a short one. I keep forgetting her name. Salwa Eid Nasser. Right. Salwa Eid Nasser. She's another one. They're sprinting from gun to tape. So I'm saying the mere fact that I've seen her working on those 200s, getting much faster, I'm saying that her first 200 or her phases then will be much faster over the 400 meters. That's my opinion.
Guys, I need to jump off for a quick second to take this phone call. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
But for I think though the 200 meters for the 400 is that different dynamics from 60 to so what Sean was insinuating, I don't think it matches with that conversation, because the 200 can be running in what you call it now, in two 200s. So it kind of missed the argument that me see where him a go, but it kind of missed. That's why I'm a laugh.
So you laughed at me or you laughed at him?
Him, I laugh with you.
Okay. But I didn't laugh. I was lost. What are you
No,
saying?
no, but me I say if any laughing I go on, me laugh with you, not at you.
Okay, I see. I see. Um, no, so that's my opinion as it relates to the four. What do you think?
Um, yo, me like Paulino, me like Sade, Britain. So me think them three they are gonna put up a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Paulina, even though she just coming back, even when Paulina run for a while, she always have something. I don't know why, but I think she's a pedigree in this one
Yeah.
in terms of the top notch. So yeah, I think so she still gonna have the edge. even though this might be her opener. You understand? So I'm giving her the edge, even though anything can happen, especially with a Shade and a Britain.
Yeah, I'm giving her the edge, as I said. But I do think that based on a few performances, or the mere fact that a few of the athletes are a bit warmer than you would say,
Hmm.
they may be closer to her in this opening run. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Well, that's my thing. So let's see though. I'm excited to see that for. So we're on to the women's hurdles. We have Danielle Williams and Megan Tapper here, but also all of the powerhouses come out. You know what? We're probably gonna need you know 18 lanes at this particular point. No, sorry, 16 lanes. We're probably gonna need 16 lanes for the women's 100-meter hurdles, because me talking about all the powerhouses being here is one thing, while I'm also not seeing a bunch of powerhouses. You know what I mean? It's wild. Um, there's so many people not here, but just looking at the beginning: Toby Amazon, Jasmine Camacho Queen, Devine Charlton, Alicia Johnson. I mean, the only question mark you could say was, is the Taji Kambunji, but she herself is fast now, with a 12.47. Then we have Masai Russell, Samba Mayela, and I guess maybe the only person that's probably not in this conversation is Yanni Wu, right? When it comes to being super fast, because she's at 12.7 based on her personal best. But this is a crazy field. This is a
And
crazy.
and like we always said, the hurdlers are never afraid to compete against each other. It is joy for them to always show up and compete against you. I think the hurdles group is it's much more like the throws group, where the throwers always compete against each other, the jumpers as well. So it's like they are a tightly knitted group. So them not really afraid of each other. But when you look on a field like this, you don't have everybody, and yet still it is a world class field. It goes to show
We're
the depth.
talking about we're talking about world record holder,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're talking about world champion. We're talking about defending Olympic champion. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about world indoor record holder. That's who is here.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Olympic bronze medalist,
I'm just talking about from a winner's perspective,
winner's
right?
perspective,
This
right?
is
Okay.
crazy. This is crazy. So we have Toby Amusan, the last world championship, last world, no, not the last one, but the one before this, world champion, plus clearly world record holder. Then we also have Jasmine Camacho Queen, won the Olympic Games, right? The last one. Then we have Devine Charlton on a high world record in the 60 meters. I'm dying to see what she does outdoors over the 100 meters. My God,
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be crazy. Then, of course, we have Danielle Williams, defending world champion from last year. So I don't know how to slice this other than the fact to say that, well, Danielle Williams has gone the fastest so far this season. I mean, with a 12:57 opening up very strong with her fastest ever season opener. This is her fastest ever opener. And she was what in the race? Fourth?
Mm-hmm.
So this is crazy. So I know these girls can come out and run super fast at the drop of the hat. So I'm expecting it. But I also do expect Danielle Williams to figure. And Megan Tapper is there. She got into 12.4s. What was it? A 12.45 is now a personal best, or 4.4, something like that. So she's in the conversation now in terms of, that sub 50, that sub 12.50, right? But I think I don't know what happened to Masai. Did she fall in the race over the weekend? I think probably that's what happened. I'm not sure. Alyssa Johnson is just so unlucky. I think she runs so well, but when it matters most, something always seems to go wrong. Let me see what happens this season for her when we get to her national championships. But it's gonna be a crazy year, because so far just a first race, and this is stacked to the brim. This is stacked. The only person probably missing would be like the former world record holder. You would say,
World
who
leader,
else? Huh?
the world leader.
No. I mean, yeah. Well, clearly the world leader is missing, but I meant like when you're talking about accolades, you'd say,
But the world leader
um,
also a champion too. She won one
no,
easily.
double. Isn't she double champion?
Mm-hmm. She win already to one.
She won the no, she won the Olympics games and she won the World Championships. So
Mm.
that's twice. But yeah, it's like it's crazy. This hurdles field is crazy. I don't know what to expect, but I know we're gonna get a good race.
Yeah, and because it's the first one, you have to be cautious in your prediction in terms of who you're really betting on because I mean it's an obstacle race for me. So it's basically the person that execute on the day.
But we saw Nia Ali and she's not here. All run super fast, execute real. I think everybody executed well over the weekend. Some were just faster than some. You know what I mean in this opening run. So it's the same thing I think is gonna happen here. We're
Hmm.
just gonna see some great executions and we're just gonna see whether or not they run already. We're just gonna see some fast times.
Yep, and it's hard to predict for me. It's hard to predict who will take it. And there's the person who won the first the go ahead on the first run. I really will take it.
The first run or the first hurdle.
The first run, which is the competition between all of them.
Oh, sorry guys, I moved away from my mic. I apologize. I'm back up close to it now.
First run meaning the Diamond League first run. So
I
who
don't
really
know. I
want?
think this can swing anyway.
Yeah,
I'm looking. To be fair, just to go off, what I've been saying before, I'm gonna give Devine Charlton a slight edge. Just because I think she has so much to prove, so much she wants to prove, and I think I won't say she's gonna be trying harder than anybody else to win clearly, but I think there's so much resting on her performances indoors to see what it would look like outdoors. So I'm thinking she's definitely coming sharper than maybe most, in my opinion. So let's see. But I'm not gonna lie, this is a crazy lineup. This is wild. We would never see this in a sprints. Just imagine looking at first Diamond League against Shelly, Elaine, Sharika, Shakiri. Who else may I miss?
Julian, Dean.
Julian, Dina, Stalu. Just
uh,
imagine you're looking at your first Diamond League race of the season and them the people that you see line up. That's what this is giving. Sean, would you like to say anything as relates to the hurdles?
Yeah, it's a stacked field, and hurdles is such a rhythmic thing. I think, whoever already like started their season. I see some seasons best being listed there. I think whoever started their season already got a few runs under their belt is going to be, the person with the significant advantage going in, just based on the fact that, the hurdles are such a rhythmic event.
I agree. I definitely agree. So
and I think Ale just said why she ran at that first meet because she knew that she had this meet to come up, and she was like, "No man, we need to put in a competitive run." So she run go over the flat meet and put in a run, and
who?
she spoke on it. I think it's Alasia.
Alicia. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
She spoke on it that she really want.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was over. Oh, over mirror.
You see, me say the flat meter, yeah, call the meet name. Eh?
Me never know what you're talking about. Me I say what you're talking about.
Flat meat.
Not track meet, flat meet. So definitely, as Sean said, yeah, people who might blow it already are gonna have a little confidence in taking on it, So, but
I
again,
don't know.
person
I
that is
don't know
more
if I can
hungry,
agree with it 100%, but me agree same way. But me don't know if me can agree with it 100% because me look on the Ali last week and she never have no blowout, no in a no kind of race. Me never see her over no relay. Me never see her over no flat 100, and she come steamroll everybody with that 12.44 there.
hold on, she never run the
Clean.
100 first.
Me never see her on the 100.
She run the 11 to 2 1 and
She the same meet.
yeah man.
Oh.
So that translates
Okay.
in
Okay. No, no, it makes sense then. But
yeah, man.
it's because I'm saying I didn't see her. So yeah. Okay. Fine.
Mm.
All right.
And
So
I
moving.
said the same thing from Jones' invitation. So again, it'll go. Even though people might have run, it has to do with who wants it most and the execution. That it can swing anyway. So if I'm a betting person, may I keep my money in my pocket.
Me, I keep my money in my pocket, but I never bet on her hurdles.
Mm-mm.
After Daniel come shame me last year, you're mad. I don't even think I did have Daniel making the finals.
When me interview her, when me interview her, I tell her, I say, no, say, me never have been at the mix though. And Daniel say, yes, man, no father never have me there, but only not trust the process. And me say, me have to be truthful because
It's not even about not trusting the process. There's just so many good people.
mhm. And based off how
It's not even.
it started, so we couldn't say she not the mix based on how our season start. It was really a slow start season.
All
Hurdles are
right.
very hurdles are very unpredictable and very unforgiving.
No, but let's say everybody executes. Who wins? That's
Jaja,
what we saw. That's what we saw at the World Championships. It
me
was
no,
still solid execution and a different outcome than what anybody could have possibly thought. Let's move on to these 200s. I have a school of thought, and I would love to hear your opinion. I've been watching Shakiri's motions, or her movements, and I've just been getting the vibe that she's gonna be focusing more on the 200 meters this season. And overall, in my opinion, based on how frequent she has run it in the past and how she was able to one run so fast. So she runs it infrequently, right? But she was still able to run super fast over the 200 meters and then second walk away with a bronze medal at the World Championships. My opinion is Shakira Richardson focuses on that 200 meters this year. She actually walks away with an American double. She's gonna come out. Let me tell you something. She's a 10-6 athlete, 10-6-5 athlete, focusing on the 200 meters. And you're already halfway there in terms of leading the pack. You only lose out in maybe the last 30, right? Because of some greater strength athletes there, right? Think about what happened at the USA Championships in prior years. When she competed over the two, she was right there for the win, right? And she only just lost out barely to Gabby. So my opinion is she comes for the double this year and she gets it. Shocking, maybe to some, but not off that 10-6 speed. So going off what I'm seeing here, her running these 200 meters to start, I think we're gonna see a crazy Shakira this season, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how things shake up as we progress. But yeah, that's my thought. Not yet focusing on the race just yet, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So what do you guys think as it relates to Shakira? This season on the 200. What do you think our prospects are from an American perspective?
yeah.
Um, the competition is not going to be as easy as you think. I saw Gabby. Was it in 100 meters? Did she ran 100 meters?
Yeah, 10:88.
Recent.
Pause
Yeah,
over the
10.
wind above the allowable.
What was the win reading?
Don't remember.
I think it's 2.6 or 2.8 thereabout.
I think it's
Two
at two
point
set
six, 2.8.
somewhere in
Yeah.
there, or 2.7 something.
Yeah. So that's still sub 11 100 meters, and to open up. Well, I don't. I'm thinking it's her first 100. I don't remember seeing any 100 meters for her prior to that. Um, I think Gabby is going to be a challenge this year in that 200-meter for Shakiri.
I think Gabby has the same problem she's always had. And it's the same problem I have with Noah. Everybody keeps harping on the fact that they have the superior strength that they're going to use to overhaul everybody at the end of the race. And the point is, if you get somebody that is so fast, plus also has the phase is correct, you may not be able to catch them. And what we know for a fact is that Shakiri's first 150 is wild. If she's able to work on that last 50, what Gabby are we talking about?
Are we talking at the US trials?
Yeah, that's what I said from an American perspective. I'm not talking about championships.
Okay. To me, I'm waiting to see Shakiri open to see. Well, probably two races in. I can't recall Gabby running a 200 to date. So I'd have to see her two races in before I can really say, hey, this is that.
Let's go
Because,
back to last year. Let's go back to last year because we don't really have anything as a point of reference yet for
right,
this year,
that's
and I
why.
don't think it's fair to even use the first race this year to base my conversation off. I'm
Mhm.
basing it off the fact that she may be focusing more on the 200 meters, just like how we saw Stephen Francis make Sherika Jackson focus more on the 100 because he was focused on a particular area of her racing. I am saying that this year, when it comes to Shakira Richardson from a sprinting perspective, the coaches may be focusing more on the two because they see areas for improvement there a lot, right? So I'm saying, based on that, the assumption is when you take into consideration previous running from previous years, and let's use the last year as an example. How did Shakiri look over the 200 meters in those early runs last season? From then on, she looked like she was a challenger, and it was so wild because everybody's like, well, this girl doesn't even focus on the 200 meters at all for her to be running this well. And her first 150 is the best of any American out there. Which American is beating Shakira to 150 in her last year phase? In her last year racing, which American was beating her to 150?
Well, it's about the complete package and the entire
No, so that's what
race.
I'm saying. So if this year she works on it and fixes that last phase, will she be caught? That's the conversation we're having.
Well, what we need to analyze is who else is improving. How is Gabby improving her race phases? And I think something that we overlook a lot is the coaches behind these athletes. Over the years, we will see a lot of, and I'm going to say American athletes run some amazing time early in the season, and come championships, there's nothing there because they peak too
No,
early.
hold
I
on. Which
think
championships are we talking about?
no, so I'm just talking about in general. When
No,
we
I want to be
analyze,
specific, because I'm not talking about the global championship, I'm talking about the American championships. I'm not talking about her Shakiri matching up against anybody else. I'm talking about Shakiri versus every other American when it comes to their
okay,
trials.
all right. So let's speak to the American championships. One thing we need to take into consideration is the coaches behind these athletes and how good a coach is at having an athlete um, peak, or if they have to peak more than once, meaning they compete indoors, they have to kind of peak or taper for trials and then come back again and either sustain that peak for worlds and Olympics, or if they never peak for trials, peak for worlds and Olympics. So something that we need to factor in when we look at athletes are the coaches behind these athletes.
Okay.
For me, I
Um,
think Gabby certainly, she started out with so much, 300 and 400, and
that's
then
what she typically does, I think.
right,
She's very good at the four.
and then she go on and do a 100, and it
Mm-hmm.
don't look bad. So I think they are going to go back to the drawing board to see these numbers and see how best they can make the next move. I think going to the world relays is pretty much putting in some more 100 meters to really get that speed going. You understand? So For me, again, I will still say it. I want to see both of them putting in two races, then I can make a conclusion. But Shakira's camp is up to something based off these 200 meters, like he said that they're putting her in. She run 21.6 last year at the
Windy,
huh?
windy.
No man, even about 21 nine 10.6 at
Okay.
the World Championship in Budapest. So they are making those necessary adjustment in numbers to say, all right, the little 200, she got a medal in the 200, third place, and she win the 100. So the stakes look high in terms of um getting herself into this what you call it now, 200 meters. And once her 200 meter improve, then certainly it will aid the 100 meters in terms of probably helping her to maintain that top end speed somewhere so that she can, run a little faster. So I think they are working something out, and we use the term they are cooking. Definitely, they are cooking something, and I am waiting with a bated breath to see how she run throughout this season. Last year, no, when I saw Shakira run at the Keep kind of classic, and she would run that 200 meters,
Ah, shut it down.
she did
That's
look
that's the point I'm
superb.
trying to make. She looked crazy.
Yes, so I think they saw where something came out of that, so they're utilizing that same method, and possibly they are putting in more 200s in it to aid that 100 meters. So yeah, I agree with it totally based off my looking into it and last year's metric versus what their projection is for this year.
All right, let's look at the lineup. So we have Anavia Battle. We have whatever this is, Chandler. We have Tamari Clark. We have Mujinga Kambunji. We have Tori Lewis. We have Shakira Richardson. We have Anthony Strawn. We have Tanisha Tori. And we have Bianca Jessica Wazuli. In terms of who opened up, only Anavia Battle and Tamara Clark have opened up outdoors with times that are, you would say, respectable
No, I think
for high class
Strong
athletes. Who?
strong open up, man.
For over the two, I mean. Over the two?
Yeah, man, I think she run at a speed fest over GC faster. And she run a, is it she or Shade?
How much Shade? Shade has been
Yeah,
running the twos.
yeah, may I mix her up, yeah. Yeah, mix her up.
So, how does this race go?
It's
I'm
between
expecting a good run from Tamara Clark
it,
in this, actually.
it's between Shakiri and
Ta- I know.
Strong.
I think it's between Shakira and Tamara.
Okay.
What say you, Sean?
Between Shakira and Shakira. I don't
Oh
see
my
her.
gosh.
Listen, so in a one-off race,
Mm-hmm.
I think the only person ahead of her is JAAA. When it comes to going through the rounds, I put more value on an athlete who is running the one, the two, and the four because that 400 meter, the 400 meter base will give you the endurance you need to get through the rounds. That being said, um, I think Gabby, even if she don't win at U.S. trials, which I think she will, I think she's beaten Shakiri at Olympics. If all Gabby's running is the 200, and if Shakiri has to run the one and the two, so
Who says Gabby is only running the two?
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say if Gabby is only running the 200,
let's
I have
assume
her
both of them are
beating.
running the 1 and 2. Based on what Gabby is doing so far, she stands a good chance, just like anybody else, to probably be on the American team, other than Shakiri over that 100 meters.
I'm
The
still
only
putting Gabby ahead. Well, it really comes down to the 400. For me, based on what I've seen from our Jamaican athletes, I mean, even with, Usain Bolt back in the day when he used to open up with those 400s, I think there was a time when um, pretty much the bulk of our sprinters, male and female, would open up with at least two 400s early in the season. For me, those 400-meter reps are very valuable. I think if Gabby is healthy and she gets some 400s under her belt early in the season, um, choosing the athlete who has the range to go 1, 2, 4 over the athlete who can only run the 1 and the 2. And based on that 100-meter time that she opened with, when he did or not, I still think it's a sub 10 time. Um, I have Gabby as the favorite at the US trials and at the Olympics over Shakiri. Of course, we know Jacko wins it all.
I don't know.
Me
I
not
I
agree with
see that I see the 10-8. I get the sub 11 reference based on calculations, but me, and again, as I said, it's the same issue I have with Gabby that I have with Noah. From a technical perspective, nothing has changed in terms of Gabby executing her races,
thank you.
right? And my thing is, at the end of the day, you can't have all these additional flaws and expect that you're going to trump somebody that comes in so heavy again over an event that they're not even have been focusing on. Gabby has been focusing on the 200 meters her whole life, right? Shakiri has not. Barely one and a half here, there, and everywhere where she's run it, right? But no, we're seeing the intent to focus on it. And I'm saying you can't belittle a 10.65 athlete running any kind of 200 meters with what she's shown us so far with nothing behind it, right? I'm saying the same way you look at a Sharika Jackson from a talent perspective over an event. So you would say Sharika is more talented over the two, right? Maybe that's you would say that. Then you say Shakira is more talented over the one. But because she's so talented over the two, it helps the one. So vice versa, no, with Shakira, where because she's so talented over the one, it's gonna transfer to the two, right? And that's what we've been seeing so far over the years when she's barely graced it and she's run so well. It's because she's so talented over the one. So I'm saying with that targeted, focus on it, there's no way we already know she's clearing the American field at 150. The problem is, will she be caught after that? I don't think so. Not with that form that I'm seeing from Gabby.
Hey, me like Gabby punk. Sorry to say.
Hmm?
I like Gabby, but she's a punk when it come on to them big thing. And she will go win a US trial, and then that's it. She have to do it for me, say, all right. Me come like Thomas when it come on to Gabby. Me doubt her. So you're right, team. I agree with you 100%. Me have to see them things that fix up. And me have to see she do it first before me say, all right, yeah, Gabby, really, the mix of things.
I mean, again, let's see. Right now, it's just speculation. Again, it's just healthy discussion, guys. We are not saying anything is a fact. We don't know clearly until the day comes, right? But it's interesting food for thought, in my opinion. In this one, though, some are saying Shakiri only for the win. We have persons saying maybe Tamara Clark. I don't see anybody throwing out any other bid in this one. Anthony Sean, you said? I don't know if Anthony Strong, based on how MVP runs, I don't know if she comes out fast enough. I'm not saying she doesn't have the caliber, but just thinking about how MVP athletes typically come out and how American athletes typically come out blazing, I'm expecting the Americans to come out blazing versus an Anthony Strong. Anthony Strong may slowly get there, you know what I mean? But let's see. No further comments?
Not from me.
I'm good.
Okay, so we move on to the next event, which will be that was a two. So we have the, should I even bother? Anyway, we have 800-meter now. Maybe we'll see Navaski. Sometimes I will just slide past these events and I only go in them when I'm playing the Diamond League game. But let's just skip past that one. This one should be a good one. The men's 110-meter hurdles. I believe we have Hands of Parchment here. Yeah, we do. Okay, good. So, all right. In this one, we have Orlando Bennett and Hansa Parchment. But to go with them, we have William Boloshan, we have Jamal Britt, we have Freddie Crittenden, we have Eric Edwards, we have Shunsuke Izumiya, we have Junzi Liu, we have Daniel Roberts, and we have Cardell Tinch. So, I would say that those are the. Well, then again, based on personal base, Freddie Crittenden and Daniel Roberts is at the same spot, right? But Cardell Tinch hasn't been able to trump the guys when it mattered most, and I mean Grant Holloway or Daniel Roberts when it mattered most. But he will get those one-off wins, in my opinion. Hands of Parchment, it will be interesting to see how he comes out. I don't know if he'll come out again. What did we see from Grant over the weekend? Like a 13-1? Was it like a 13-1 from Grant over the weekend? So I'm expecting something around there for these guys as well. Does Hansa come out in 13-1 shape? I don't know. Maybe we'll get like a 13-3, 13-2 from Hansa. Is
I
that
would
enough for a win?
I would say two are high teens, because
2 or high teens?
yeah, man, I'm on a caliber, man.
No, I know it's caliber, but I'm just saying how does he typically come out? That's what I'm saying.
Him don't normally come out in a 13.
Him come out in like 13 threes, 13 twos. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and things might
so
be
that's my question now. Is that enough? Is that good enough for a win?
things might be a little different for Ansel too, I don't know where,
Is it start better?
we're not sure. And plus, in his preparation, it's like him and him coach far and wide apart. So I don't know that about.
Oh, there's trouble in the camp. Oh.
Well, I don't see that's trouble. I mean, they are in two different countries from all I know.
What?
That's still trouble.
Oh, in that way you're referring to, yeah.
Who's coaching Hansa Parchment?
Who?
Pitts Coleman
Oh.
Where is Hansa Parchment? Like, uh,
in Jamaica,
explain two different countries. So where's Fitzcoleman?
in the United States.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because he's coaching, remember, well, Jail Hyde is in Texas, and Fitz Coleman is coaching Jail Hyde in Texas.
Okay.
So Fitz Coleman moved to Texas. Answer Parchment, from all that I've heard, is still in Jamaica practice. So, we don't know.
Hold on. Let me see if I can understand what you're saying. Was the choice to move to Texas the coach's choice, or was he moving because of Jail Hyde? Jail Hyde.
No, I don't think it's because of Jail Hyde. I don't think so. I don't, and I can't
Also,
say.
Jail moved because of him.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the part they go. If me give an answer, it would be speculation.
Look here, this is not the year because Hansel needs to come out as strong. We need him. We need Hansel. We need everybody. We need Rashid. We need Omar. We need them all. So I'm hoping that whatever is going on, it doesn't affect him. Child,
So
I
I'm
don't know how
wondering
that's
if,
gonna
like,
work.
closer to the him probably are going to be in close proximity with him coach, but anyways,
For me, that's too late at that point in time. I mean, a hurdler.
Nolan said maybe he's coaching by Zoom.
people do that still,
Look here. The first place I heard it, my sister.
People do
My
that,
sister
man.
was saying that Megan Tapper was being coached on Zoom. and she said she don't know how that go work. She cannot understand how that go work. And shortly after that, Megan went to Elite. She was coaching with somebody on a Zoom. She did a coach through.
Yeah, I
That
think
can't work.
well, a Europe one person from Europe did that do it.
Me
Yeah.
remember, but that can't work.
Technical athletes need to have eyes on them.
Yeah, man. A matter of fact, not only technical at the every single at the it's something where you see in a real life, you hard to see as
Lord
game.
of His mercy.
So the athlete run out of the frame, what you gonna do? You can't go give no instruction or make any correct.
Dear. But you can't even see properly through the camera anyway.
So how
Some.
you gonna even catch time? And the athlete basically work under your supervision. So the athlete basically a coach himself, just put eyes on them. And you
So I
know,
want to say Daniel Roberts and Cardell Tinch are going to be fighting for the top spots in this one.
yeah, that yes, Jail was there before for two. And there's a donkey man a coach doing a train to, And I think somebody else did it, but me not shoot well. You know what? I believe that's not me alone. Because me do a video and people rush me about it. But me I watch, hey, you see any of me ear say me there, me I go beat left, right, and center. And me I go expose certain things. Cause I don't go and accept people that know information. I don't wait. I don't wait.
So based on what we're hearing, my expectation has now dropped to a 13-4. Um, no, I'm just being real. My expectation is a
No, but
13-4. He can,
oh,
he can. He has started with 13-4 and has gotten back sub. As a matter of fact, last year I believe he started with 13-4, or not even 13-4, 13-6 I think, and then came all the way back down. So it doesn't matter for these caliber athletes, but I'm not expecting him to challenge for the win based on what you're telling me.
no, but you know
So
what? Why I'm not worried? Here why I'm not worried now. Coach and coach work together. See? And when Phil Coleman was in Jamaica, I want me miss.
you know that chill. Can you see me?
I want to.
You see the cold bumps?
I want.
A chill just ran through my body.
Why?
You know those things randomly happen sometimes?
A few things me know can make that happen.
Coach, you're never, ever, ever coming back on my stream. Keep
What?
going.
So, all right, you me say now. And this is all theorized. So it is nothing that is concrete. But anytime you theorize, me normally right. 'Cause we know the game. See? We say she need a hug. All right, me so forward. People must have my voice, T. Anyways,
That's why you now come back on my stream.
when you hear people, so I'm my voice. Anyway, coaches and coaches work together. See, so in my estimation, when Coleman was in Jamaica, he used to work out at UA track, which is the Usain Bolt track. Swept Rashawn Clark and the whole swept massive workout. That's what too. And then you have the racers. Swept track club head coach is doing well in the hurdles, albeit he's a 4 hurdles coach. I think him strive more in the 4, but we not take nothing from him when you come on to the straight flat hurdles. See? So
No,
I
that's just
believe
because he has it. That's just because he has talent that is in the flat in the 4. I don't think that's a fair thing to say. If you have athletes that are stronger in the 4, like coming to you as strong athletes in the 4 hurdles, then yeah, than they are in the 100 meters or 110, then yeah.
I really like Russia.
No, but Rashan was good from he was in high school.
So now him did a coach in my high school.
Oh well, okay, but no. My point being, Rashan to me is like a once in a generation talent. That's how I look at him.
Okay. I would go around that. But my point is, so the coaches they might links in,
Mm-hmm.
and because I think O'Keel really specialize in hurdles. That's one I'm forte. And him and Fitzcoleman probably link and say, all right, me now go the boat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So since Ansler go work out this, me can probably send you the program and you oversee the program and they might communicate. He's a top coach, so him can make any correction that needs to be. Him can analyze what Ansley is doing, probably share it with the coach and make the coach hear what go on and all of these things. So me thinks that arrangement, no. Because when them put up for them photos, you see a answer parchment tonight. So me I wonder if a data go on this.
Maybe he has made the switch. Have you ever
And
thought about that?
I thought of that too. I thought of that too, but me just a go and wait because me have a score for settle with the people them. So me just a go and wait and see. But right now, him still a coach him. Coleman are still in coach.
All right. What say you, Sean?
Well, thanks, Coach Minzy, for giving us the insight on the inside. I had no idea of all of that, but I think
Mister,
at
everything being said on this channel has suddenly become a pause moment because Coach Minzy is here.
Why?
Sorry, Sean, but
How
you
me,
said the insight on the inside.
how me do?
So everything now has become a suspect to me. I hate this. I'm not typically like this. You can continue, Sean.
okay, all right, yeah, a technical athlete, um, like a hurdler, jumper, really needs to have eyes on them. No, I don't see a problem with a coach coaching remotely, because that's actually something that I am interested in. There's nothing coaching remotely, but you also need to have somebody else, like another coach,
Mhm.
on the ground to carry out your instruction. So it's okay if one person is writing the program and another person is on the ground executing the program. That is completely different than having a coach coaching remotely and it's just the athlete independently coaching themselves on the ground. Um, I think you could get away with that at various levels, maybe high school, collegiate. But when we're talking about going up against the best in the world, um, if he truly is coaching himself without having eyes on the ground, forget that his coach is remote. Because, like I said, the coach can be remote and he writes the program and passes it off to another competent coach on the ground. And again, that coach on the ground would need to be just as competent as he is. We're not gonna get into that. But if the athlete is truly coaching himself, I don't see the technical part of his race improving to the levels that it need to be in order for him to dethrone Grant Holloway. He can maintain his current form and maybe even get close to his personal best, but the technical parts of his race that needs to improve. If he's really coaching himself, I don't see that happening.
Um, I don't know. I'm not a coach, so I can't speak to, the ins and outs of whether or not a coach being present and working through another one will work. I've heard of instances where it has worked. I remember back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken, they said something similar was happening with Elaine Thompson Hera and Stephen Francis at some particular point in time. it was the coach was being done through somebody else. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it may work. But from a general perspective, I would say it's best to be there in person. So I don't know. I wish him all the best though, because he's one of Jamaica's best, and we need him for sure. We
And,
need him to be at his best. So I'm just hoping that whatever is going on, we get the best thing out of the situation.
and see Grace top up the ambassadorial thing there. Lock him up for your next how many years we don't know. So
Okay,
we hope that he can do well going forward.
I hope so too. But let's
But
see.
let us see, people, remember everything that I say here is based off information I got, and I am trying to tie it
Oh, sorry.
together to
Sorry, I
see
didn't touch on Orlando Bennett. Where do you think he places in this? He's already gone 13-7-2.
fourth or fifth.
Mm, mm, mm. I don't know, because I do believe that the Japanese and the Chinese will come out strong, especially the Japanese. The Shunsuke, he's gonna come out as well. You know, them Japanese always be flying over the hurdles for sure. Chinese. You see, it's the Olympic year. All of a sudden, you see all these Chinese people. I'm telling you, they know how to prepare too. So I don't know if fourth
So
or fifth, based on all the Americans that are here, is a good ballpark for him. But let's see.
so the coach Fitz Coleman had to leave, from what I understand, Pete. He had to leave Jamaica. So I don't think there was anything that he could do in the situation, from what I understand. So
Oh
it's
boy.
not like in plan to do it, Jordan.
Thank you, Elena. I appreciate it. Thank you. But it's causing issues though, so
Big
I
up
need to
them.
start wearing plastic bags.
Huh?
Not you. I was talking to Elena. All right, let's get into this men's
Kind
100.
of plastic bag you wear. Yeah, lose weight.
I never said I was wearing a plastic bag. I said I'm gonna start wearing plastic bags.
Why? Yeah, look, tell me I say lose weight.
No, Elena knows what I'm talking about.
I said, you're a good girl. But no, man.
Start wearing some plastic bags on my stream. If you're coming along. The men's 100 meters. This is going to be exciting. We have, I mean, well, then again, exciting for who? I don't know. We have Ronnie Baker. We have Akeem Blake. We have Johan Blake. Well, let me start by saying we have Jamaicans, Akeem Blake, Johan Blake, and Rohan Watson. But the field consists of Ronnie Baker. We have Brandon Cranes. We have Christian Coleman. We have Jingru Deng. We have Emmanuel Esime. We have Fred Curley. We have Yoshihide Kiryu, and we have yeah. So that's it. That's who is in this men's 100 meters. Straight off the back, I'm gonna say I liked how Emmanuel Esime ran indoors. So I'm gonna see what happens outdoors for him. I'm also very excited to see what happens with Christian Coleman. For me, I said this season would be his year to finally get back into 10-7-9-7. Sorry, let's see how he opens. Everybody has opened pretty pedestrian so far. 10-0-1, nothing to really write home about. Let's see if Christian Coleman will, bring out something different and run something super fast. Um, then no, there's is from a Jamaican perspective, Akeem Blake I would say is the strongest one right now. I believe he would be stronger than Rohan Watson and Akeem Blake based on not Akeem Blake, sorry, Johan Blake, based on the last outings that I don't really like to mention, but yeah. Akeem Blake is gonna be there's Fred Curley, sorry, I missed him. Um this is gonna be interesting because Fred Curley already opened with his 10:03. Which I thought could have been a sub 10 the same way I thought no Lyle's his own could have been a sub 10 too. Not looking anything spectacular. I do think that Christian Coleman could come out and sneak the win. We did see him over 200 meters, right? He did run the 200 meters at that meet, right?
Who?
At the Miramar, Christian Coleman. He ran the 200 meters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So going off that, he should be in okay enough shape to challenge for the win. I think he wins this one. I think he beats Fred Curley actually. I think Akeem Blake is our best bet in this one. I think he comes in third. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think for me, Christian Coleman is the person to beat this one. I think this, he has run 200 meters so far, went to the 60 meters um, trials for the US, and then back at the indoors, um, won the championship. He came back again, running another 200 outdoor. Now it's time for the 100. See what the strength and the speed combination will do for him over that distance. So Fred Curley doesn't look bad in itself, but I think then Coleman's start will get the better of Fred Curley. Uh, Fred Curley has looked okay to me. I don't want to say
Mm,
in trouble yet, but I mean him not really spark
I
any.
no, nothing has been given so far.
Yeah,
To be fair.
yes, him not really spark anything. So it just based off what has transpired so far, I'm going to talk off.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Coleman for the way because of his superior start over the entire
Mm-hmm.
field. Akeem Blake might get a good start. Would he be able to sustain and hold off of Fred Curley? So again, Fred even can beat a Christian Coleman, but with the
Mm-hmm.
200 that Christian has done, I think it might give him that speed
Edge.
endurance that he needs,
Mm-hmm.
or a little insurance to take him across the line. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's two Americans, one Jamaican. That
What do we think about Johan Blake?
Johan Blake, to me, he has been doing
You
a
know what we
lot
say?
of work, but to me, I think Johan Blake is too thick, muscular, kind of in a hypertrophy sort of a frame where it probably swing to the side of being a bodybuilder. I don't know why him a go that route, but I guess his coach, his trainer knows what they're doing. So
Wasn't that what he said was the issue why he picked up that injury in the first place, and he was making sure that he wasn't going to be doing it again and focusing on his body. So why is he back on the same route?
I don't know, but I mean, looks are deceiving. Sometimes we see pictures and videos, and it's not a a a, a real
Yes.
real thing of how the person looks. So, but I don't even some of the workout. Me don't know. Anyways, me no want to go to. Johan Blake has served us well, and him said this
Mm-hmm.
time last shot. He might make some money on the Diamond League circuit. Kudos to him. And fastest man, you can't take it away from him like Shakiri.
Not at all.
Yeah, you get
Not
what I
at
mean?
all.
So let us
What
see
say
what
you,
he'll
Sean?
do.
Regarding
That's
Blake or
Sean, before
Coleman versus Curly.
Sean,
Just
before
the
you
100
answer,
meters.
I just want to add this to it that I'm not gonna be one of the persons who tell the man to give up him job.
No, no.
Johan has been doing this basically all I'm life. Him not as a track and field. To him
Never.
love it sometimes when people like him in the sport.
That, that weight is something that he can reverse easily. Once you go through certain doors, it's just hard to, exit. I do see the weight being a problem. But I wish him the best of luck. Like you said, he has served us well, and I hope he has a very successful farewell tour. As it pertains to Curly versus Coleman, I have a different point of view. So one ran indoors, one did not. Um, Coleman is running some 200s and Fred is not. If I were to analyze that from a coach's point of view, I'm going to say right now, um, Coleman might be more loaded than Curly. And based on that, I'm going to say, Fred Curly. And plus, Fred Curly already have a season opener under his belt. Fred Curly is going to somebody's calling me. I'm sure them him up on the show and they have some type of comment regarding my comment. So I'll see what they have to say. But I think Fred Curley is going to surprise us in this meet. I don't know what the surprise looks like, but it's not going to be, oh, well, that was Fred Curley. It's going to be a point of conversation. And that's just a feeling that I have. But I don't see Coleman beating him, given the fact that Coleman is transitioning from indoors. And we had this conversation yesterday about indoors versus outdoors and loaded versus not loaded. Just given the fact that Coleman is transitioning or he competed indoors and now he's outdoors, he's kind of resetting, reloading. I would be very surprised if he beat Fred Curley.
Okay, I guess different view, different look at it, but I don't know. Those when I see people, our athletes targeting the 200 meters that are known for their ones, it always makes me feel like they're targeting a better performance. What's in the Fred Curry is going on my screen? Speak of the man. Who made this AI thing of Fred Curly? Anyway, um, I just don't know. Fred Curly ran a 10-1 recently, right? After his 10-0-3, he ran a 10-1. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there's no way to really say what's really going to go on, but let's see. I think Christian Coleman takes the win. But let's see. As a matter of fact, if Akeem runs well, he could probably even beat Fred. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let us see. This is gonna be interesting. All right, so that was it for the 100. We seem to have lost Sean. So
You got
let's go
in
back.
call.
No, I
You
know, I know.
gonna listen to him advisor.
All right, so that's it for the Diamond League. So let me stop sharing my screen. Um, I don't know if I'm liking this setup, because I keep staring over to the side and it's I can't. I'm not looking straight on into the camera like I typically would be. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I change things back.
stand up, stand up.
If what?
I think yes. I thought you were standing.
All right, so we've been on for 3 hours and 28 minutes. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before we bounce? Say it fast, cause you know I'm about to go. Bye bye, and ban Coach's X from my channel. No more appearances.
All right, man. I send.
You've been over here at least one time, and you're causing mayhem.
What T? Go check your archive. Me know the on your show one time.
No, as in recent times.
Oh,
I'm saying, and you're causing mayhem.
what ma'am? What you what? I'm checking out. I can't see what you're saying.
You see what my chat has never been like this. My chat, my people's, my track is always focused on track. No, they're talking about random stuff in my chat now.
Why? Why you paying them attention?
I mean, why? So wait, I shouldn't pay attention to my audience. What are you saying?
No, I mean highlighting the right.
When I see you engaging them in the chat, what are you telling me, sir? Do you see impressed when I'm seeing in the chat about of things? You?
Who me?
You?
Who me?
Or someone else?
Probably my account hack. Who they on my account? I've got to check it out.
See why you're vexed. He might get banned, blocked permanently. I think Akeem in this one, the more I think about it,
Hey,
I mean, I
Elaine.
like that he's in the race for sure. You have to be happy for the nice, friendly compliment.
Hey, Elaine. Where you pull off, Elena? You with the band you with the band Elena. Forgive who Jordan. Jordan I ask you why you vexed.
I'm not upset. I just don't appreciate what you've done to my chat.
Oh my God.
I thought I was in control here. What did my trackies become?
People and say if team up and lock off you too.
You're not ready for that, are you?
Ready for your team? Are they locking
Yeah.
up?
What it takes to do what you're saying.
What does it take?
The work that it takes to do what you're saying.
What work?
So you want to just randomly come here and don't do nothing different and just sit here and think it's going to be a thing?
What are you talking about? Haven't I been engaged attentively?
No. I am not. I'm not saying you weren't. That's not the thing that I'm saying. So I'm saying to have a setup where what you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something different about it, right? Look here, me not in the boring. Same boring now. Me not like boring now. Me move on with my life very quickly now. I'm a girl
So
that
what?
does not like boring. It's why I'm so skilled in so many things. Because the moment I get bored, I go learn something else and I start doing it.
So what you're saying? I'm boring.
Did you not hear anything I said? You didn't hear nothing else I said?
Of course. Everything.
Are we still talking about track and field? Yes, we're still talking about track and field. Somebody was suggesting we what did I say? We become
A team.
a team. But I'm saying
When you hear what
it's
they
a great idea. But I'm saying that I mean in a regular boring foolishness. You know what I
no,
mean? I would it would
but
have
that
to be a well produced production.
yeah,
And
that
I'm
was
saying to you that are you in for what it takes to have a well produced production?
if I'm in for it, man, I get it.
Lord have his mercy.
Why
Oh, may
wouldn't
I
I?
speak French?
Yes, because why wouldn't I be in for it?
The same person. Well, it took 10 years to come onto my life. That person is in for this well produced production. You?
I mean,
Listen, if it's one thing, I don't play with production, I
I mean,
don't play with production.
when you're talking
If
about
we're, if
when you're talking about 10 years,
10
wasn't
years what?
wasn't it worth the wait?
10 years what?
Wasn't it worth the wait?
10 years what, sir?
Answer the question.
But I don't know what I'm answering. I'm saying 10 years what?
You said it took 10 years for me to get here, so I'm asking
No,
you.
it wasn't worth the wait because you've come over here and turned my trackies into Dexters.
No, How?
I can't with you. May I ask you something serious? And
Well,
you're not
No, but
well,
understanding what I say.
serious because me I say why wouldn't I be that and that is answering the question directly. Very direct too.
well, I obviously missed something.
You miss a
Oh
lot.
no. we're just talking about having a collaborative program maybe. Um but um I don't think he understands the work that goes into it. He's just running off his face. And I'm telling him that he's running off his face and he doesn't
So no tracks
understand.
to do tea, so the running off go on.
Hey, coach.
All
Hey,
right.
so what about the East Coast meet? What was said there? I mean, wasn't weren't you kind of asking about doing like a program, having some type of collaborative thing for the East Coast meet? I mean, did I not hear correctly, or what? What's the question that you were asking, Sanjay?
Oh, we are thinking about forget sponsors. And that
Okay.
we but forget Puma on board. A Puma run East Coast track meet, you know. So if me I get a Puma sponsorship, so make sure we're the Puma Ferrari today. So if me I get a Puma sponsorship, T I forget a piece side. You see me I say. So that me
That
did a
don't that doesn't even make any sense.
wanna make
But
sense.
anyway, what you said doesn't make any sense.
How? Why? When?
I don't know. Just think why it doesn't make any sense.
All right. So what I'm saying to you, so
Okay, I'm listening.
you're saying that am I ready for the production that it takes? Of course, because it will take planning. We're not gonna just come next week or tomorrow and say, all right, guys, all right, I'm here on T, and T is here on the coach's desk. So boom, at the CMO. No, we would have to sit together and plan it. And it might not be every week. Well, it could be every week because then anticipation will build up for each week of the show. So of course we can do something, but we have to plan it. We have to go in a serious planning. What are the topics? What are the things we have to deal with? Will we get distracted by the chat room, or we just go run the thing?
No. You
No,
don't get
we're not
distracted
gonna
by the
do
chat
that.
room. You engage your chat room.
You know, comment from the part. Why are that alone? You pick up. Why the part? Why chat room alone? You know you love the chat room. So, all right, will we get distracted by the chat room, or, like you said, we engage the chat room in a particular direction? So it is something that we have to plan, put it together, and lock down the place. Isn't it? But you're probably not seeing it. So if you're not,
You see, because I know.
what do you know? T? Stop it. All
No,
right,
no,
don't
no. You see,
don't.
last year, no. You see, the work I put into what was a minimalistic production last year for what was it we were doing again?
World champ, world championship.
The World Championship preview. No, there's a preview. Was it just the
Mm-hmm.
previews? Because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just the previews. It's because I know the work that went into that from a production standpoint. You see, when you're a one man band, you have to create everything yourself, all your visuals, everything. And so I'm trying to say that and this is where I'm leading to, which is why when people ask me a lot of times, T, why is it that you don't interview people? It's not that I'm not really interested in interviewing people, but I'm not going to be doing the same old regular smuggler. I always say this, right? So from a production standpoint, if we're going to be doing something and it looks the same way, there's nothing different about it to appeal to a wider cross section of people, then for me, it makes no sense. We can just keep doing what we're doing here. Some days I be on your show, some days you be on my show, and we call it a day.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying to you.
So what different would we put to the thing? And that's where I said planning will come in, because we'd
No,
have to
yeah,
brainstorm. We would have to brainstorm to go beyond the realm of what we're doing now.
it's not just about brainstorming, as I said. But anyway, this is for a discussion that we can have at some particular point in time. But yeah, it's gonna take a lot. That's all I'm saying. Well, my standards. Let's just put it that way. My expectations for what this is supposed to be, come if it's supposed to become a thing, is maybe not what you're thinking. You're probably thinking regular smuggler, layman vibe, whatever. Nah, you know.
I'm not
So
regular.
yeah. What?
I'm not
And
regular.
another thing I have a problem with as well. I don't like this thing where you're on that monitor over there and I'm on this monitor over here and yeah, I actually don't like it.
Oh, I see where you're going. So you're thinking like of a
A show.
show.
So yeah, and get somebody to sponsor us and we have a show where we sit down and be in the same room and show about our track and field. We have our TVs put up, so whatever we need to display be displayed there. A show. This is not a joke. I'm serious. That's
Okay.
what I'm telling you. It's not because I'm saying if it's the same thing what we're doing now, then we don't change. We can just keep
Yeah,
you
yeah.
be there, me be here, and we're okay. But I'm saying a show.
So that's what I'm saying now. When we talk about these things, brainstorm and put it we can put an action plan on paper, and then we see if the action can come to fruition. And if yeah,
What is funny? What is funny? What is happening in the
yeah.
chat that is funny?
I I don't look at the chat. Let me look on it
So
and
why
see.
did you laugh?
Because something does come in my mind.
Wait, let me
But
read that
what I
chat. Me
would
not trust you, know. Me not trust you. Let me go over here. There's just something about this setup to me that's unprofessional. That doesn't give you the
I
break.
agree
What's
with
his
you.
name? I don't know what show to touch on right now. Who
The,
was that
it
show in
don't it don't
Jamaica?
give you a podcast sort of vibes.
Yeah, like Spice. You know that little Spice show that Spice used to have, or when we look at, say, from an American perspective, the Joe Budden podcast. You watch
Yeah,
that one? Yes, something
get
like
what you say.
that.
I honestly get what you. And say me have all of the setup for that equipment. I have my switchers. I have my two camera.
No
Them thing they
problem.
ready.
But for something like that to work and be feasible, it needs a sponsor. It needs sponsorship.
So I am in dialogue with Coach Sean Blake, because he mentioned a sponsor last evening on the show to Sanjay. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's pretty much Sean to get back to me. I don't know if him read the message and see if we can kick things off from there. If Sean read the message and we get good what I call it now, idea well, good feedback from the person, and I can probably link a few more people to get on board. Certainly we can make this happen. Because we have the links.
Okay. And then the other problem now is location. And that's the biggest problem, which is why I'm saying it will not be as easy as you may be thinking.
I know,
So,
and it might, yeah, location might be an issue, but we can make things happen. I use no excuse in a team. I use
Misa, what?
I use it. You not accept no excuse. So
This is about.
me not accept no location excuse from you. Yeah. No,
I'm a
no
girl
worry
that
yourself.
speaks. Look here, I'm a girl that speaks in dollars and cents.
Yeah,
So
so
you see, you speak. Wait, my camera there. Sorry. I'm a girl that speaks in dollars and cents.
we know,
So
cents, not just dollars.
Anyone need for there? For me dollars and cents, I will be there.
So that me I say we make things happen.
We're not even in the coach. But no, I'm not saying anything. But I'm just saying, coach. Really and truly, you
We
know.
we can
What's
make
up?
things happen. Listen, we can have a series, you know. It now have
Hmm?
to be every week thing. It can be a series. We can look on it like episode one, episode two. You understand? And we keep it going right through it. It now have to be like so what we are doing will continue, but those episodes will be a different type of thing from the norm.
Anyway, it's
She
out
take,
there. It's out in the air.
she take
People
a
can
deep breath,
hear. People
people. She
can try to
prayed.
steal our ideas too. It is what it is.
She take a deep breath, people. She prayed.
She what?
And the people them in the comment section will have stop drop more super chat. And that can go a far away. So we are gonna take no super chat less than $50. So
Um,
we can I'll do a
I think what
super
is
chat.
important again for a show like this is really and truly a budget. And
Mm.
that's all we need. If we get a budget, we can do everything, single thing that we need to do. I have so many ideas when it comes to YouTube, but the reality is that you're not able to execute a lot of the things because the budget does not exist.
All right. We are gonna work. The first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna work on the budget. So we are gonna link up and work on the put the budget together and say if yeah, because if we need to engage sponsors, we have to have that part of the paperwork in front. So if we write a proposal, the budget have to be a part of the proposal. Or we are about to execute all of these things. So yeah. So we can look on the budget and then we can probably put together a proposal to the different entities and say, oh, they will be able to, assist us in getting this off the ground. Because you know the challenge and me know the challenge. But we now gonna make that challenge stop the movement. You see me? Stop close the eyes and behave so no. Just believe no.
Behaving how?
Like
You're saying to me like I'm not the one with the thoughts in my brain. What are we saying exactly?
no, you just sound like you doubt. You know it's in everything where you're gonna do you have challenge, but don't doubt.
I'm not doubting it.
Mm.
I'm just saying it's going to be very challenging, and I just want you to be realistic when it comes to the
That
challenges
is true.
and not
So
pretend like it's nothing.
we can coach early. So we can go over a hurdle line. If a high jump, we can coach high jump too. So we can do the high
Hold
jump.
on there. Did somebody say something about my facial expressions and if I'm what? Hold on there. Let me go back up in this. Because I know who bright and face enough to call me one Virgo. Where is it, coach? I don't know where it is. It's Tia Virgo. No, I'm not a Virgo. I'm very emotive, but I'm something else. Can you guess? Can you guess? I'm giving y'all one guess and I'll tell you. One dega guess and then I'll tell you. So the first person that puts it in the chat, Nolan, how dare you put it in the chat when you know? You're not supposed to put it in the chat if you know. So yes, I'm a Scorpio. So that's the wild side Scorpio. Yeah. So that's what you're seeing, I suppose. Coach doesn't believe in those things, but it is what it is. I'm a Scorpio, so yes, we're considered a bit on the loopy side. Shadow, how are you so silent?
No, so listen, um, I have some questions for you guys regarding this whole YouTube thing and this collaborative endeavor, because I've been actually thinking Let me just say this: one talk to no one away, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, no problem. From me, just to put this out there, it would have to be a whole entirely different show that has nothing to do with Coach's X or TXT Track Time, which is
That
going to be hard.
that sound good too.
No, but it's going to be hard because here
Hmm.
why you still have to build up a following for that new thing.
But the people them what depend and depend that are gonna know say once that kick off, then if you come over there, so
All right. So it would have to be a whole new thing, right? So, um, yeah. So if it gets going at some particular point in time, then that would be great. But for me, I do not like. There's just something for me when I see different panels on my screen. It just looks so unprofessional and just not how we see all these major people doing podcasts. So this is a podcast, you know. So if people don't know, but this can constitute a podcast as well,
mhm.
right? Especially the fact that we do commentary on a day to day, right? So it is a podcast, but it doesn't give me podcast vibes because just the setup is just not giving, and I want it to be at that level. So if we're doing anything like that, for sure, it has to be at that level for it to for us to make a major imprint into anything. You know what I mean? And for as a matter of fact, until let the athletes take us seriously, let the athletes come and sit down inside of us and just be a part of the conversation as well.
No man. Me no nonchalant. Yeah, well, I'm nonchalant, but me serious, me relax.
No,
Me
he's
no,
a typical man, and
me no,
I'm a typical woman. I'm busy
yeah.
bodied, and he's just a man sitting there going,
Me no
"Sure,
face by
sure, it can work." Uh-huh.
as me say, me is I'm a coach and I can coach hurdles, so me coach we clear the hurdles, you understand? So
Oh my gosh.
we're nonchalant and relaxed, but we're
But
firm in our
anyway, let's see what happens in the future. But for now, great show, great show, great show, great idea. Um, let's see what happens. Going forward.
mm-hmm.
So guys, that was it. It's a 4 hour stream as you can see. So for those who missed it, it's gonna be a long 4 hours for the playback. Please watch it. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna go now. It's oh my god, it's almost 11 o'clock. Oh my gosh, no. I, I'm about to bounce. Bye guys. Thanks for joining. Love you lots. Mwah.